Please don't tell me any more about her. Kinda wish that I had never asked, 'cause now I've got a concrete image of her. Now I'm caught up in your broken past. I don't wanna hear about her mother, or why she never felt she had a home. It's funny you didn't say she had a brother, but night our friends the ones she used to know. If I'm honest, I don't know why you keep on beating this dead horse. Can't you see that I'm jealous? If she made such an impression, go get her, 'cause baby it's her or me, and no in between. No in between. She made such an impression, go get her, 'cause baby it's her or me. No in between. Feeling I'm older and I'm wiser, I'll keep my self-respect intact, 'cause even though I wish you never loved her, I can't erase the past you had. I don't know if you see my side. After all that we've been through, would you still take mine? Tell me I'm not crazy, at least I'm pretty sure. 'Cause if everything broke down, would you run to her? I don't know why you keep on beating this dead horse. Can't you see that I'm jealous? If she made such an impression, go get her, 'cause baby it's her or me, and no in between. No in between. She made such an impression, go get her, 'cause baby it's her or me, no in between. to die. Tell me what's on your mind. Stay tuned. How high? You need the one by your side. Cross my heart. Hope to die. Tell me what's on your mind. Stay tuned. How high? You need the one by your side. Cross my heart. Hope to die. Tell me what's on your mind. Stay tuned. How high? You need the one by your side. Cross my heart. Hope to die. Tell me what's on your mind. Stay tuned. How high? You need the one by your side. Cross my heart. Hope to die. Tell me what's on your mind. Stay tuned. How high? You need the one by your side. Cross my heart. Hope to die. Tell me what's on your mind. Stay tuned. How high? You need the one by your side. Cross my heart. Hope to die. Tell me what's on your mind. Stay tuned. How high? You need the one by your side. Cross my heart. Hope to die. Tell me what's on your mind. Falling in and out of love at the speed of light. Gravity can hold me down. I told you and me where the lightning strikes. Follow at the speed of the sound. I know love comes in seasons. I believe in our worlds has come undone. Can I rewind its orbit and stare into the sun? Oh, I can't feel it, you know. So I'm waiting for the storm that I face alone. I know love comes in seasons. seasons. I can't face these feelings, my world has come undone. Oh, I know if I let you know, then I'll let you know. Then I'll let you know.
Getting close to be that time.
About to be the time. Let's do it.
We're real close. Almost there. You excited, man?
I'm excited to talk about all this Comic-Con stuff.
Oh my God. So much Comic-Con.
Love comes in seasons, but I keep repeating. Wonder if you're the one. Take me to summer so I can feel the sun. Oh, I can't say to let you know. So I'm waiting to have this storm that I face alone. I don't love lots of seasons, I can't face these feelings. My world has come undone. Oh, I know if I let you know.
Let's go ahead and get this party started.
Distance nerding.
Oh! Yeah, you're missing your hat.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching Distance Nerding.
He's young Phil.
And he's the Jamez 5000.
And we're here to nerd together. We're talking about anything pop culture, movies, food, music, wrestling, MCU Phase 4, Phase 5, Phase 6, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta find us on all of the socials that exist, on the Instagram, on the Facebook, on the Twitter, on the Twitch, on the YouTube, on the TikTok, and on Linktree, all at Distance Nerding. Jamez, how are you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, man. I'm excited. We have a lot to talk about, so I'm gonna jump right into On Deck. Ladies and gentlemen, this week on deck, we've got the download.
SDCC exploded with COVID. I mean nerd news.
Oh no, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. The breakdown.
No woman, no cry. Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer.
Oh, this is gonna be great, and I can't wait to talk about it. But of course, we have to start with.
But first,
let me get a shout out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as always, our show is brought to you by Poddex. In fact, this episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview question and episode starting prompt in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, you're going to want to check out Poddex. Guys, go to poddex.com. I didn't pull up the screen. Go to poddex.com and put in the code nerding10 and you'll get 10% off your Poddex. Jamez, tell the folks how much you love Poddex.
Man, I love Poddex so much. They've been like our sponsor for a while now. And to be honest, we're in this Poddex group on Facebook and everybody is so like nice and everybody contributes. Everybody helps each other out. We met some amazing podcast friends from the Poddex group. So I'm super thankful we found Poddex and use Poddex. Like we use Poddex every time we go to a con. We
Yeah.
use Poddex, and when we interview celebs and guests, they always get a kick out of our questions that we use. So I'm down with it.
And not realizing that we're not that creative. We're just we have others behind us that are that
Yeah.
much more creative.
Love it. I love it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you may wonder if the show is powered by Poddex. And what the hell powers young Phil? And I will tell you that right now. Phil is powered by Dubby. Jamez, tell the folks about Dubby.
Oh, Dubby. I was going to go live on Instagram, but I think you already did it. Dubby is an emergency. I'm so lost. Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drink created to help focus, concentrate, reaction time, no jitters, no crashes, no maltodextrins, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors, and no dyes. Dubby is an amazing energy drink.
It sounds like Jamez needs some Dubby right now.
I know. Except you hoard it all, so what am I gonna do? So make sure you find out more at Dubby at www.dubby.gg.
That's right. And use the code NERDING10 to get 10% off your tub of Dubby. It is delicious. There are 5 delicious flavors. And then there's also all the merch. And if you're into the waifu stuff, they've got waifu merch too. Not too big into that, but they have it. So, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there, guys.
Right.
Yeah. So,
And use that code to get 10% off NERDING10. Our boy Tyler gets it and gets it delivered. He gets 10% off.
That's
I
right.
saw Tyler today, so yeah.
Oh, did you see Tyler today?
Yeah, we were hanging out.
Nice. Where did this happen at?
Yeah, Natomas, Target. That's what we do. Just hanging out, drinking Dubby.
That's well, obviously you're not drinking W right now, or else you'd be more.
No, exactly. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good hanging out with Tyler. It's always good to check up on Tyler and hang out, so it's good.
Exactly. Always good. Is that him in the chat right there? No, that is Jester G-Man. Whoops, I was on the wrong page. That was Jester G-Man.
What?
Just seeing how everything is out there.
What?
Our WWE setting the stage wrestling nerd, residential wrestling nerd in the house.
What?
How's it going, man?
What?
That's how I summon Jester G-Man.
What?
Is with the Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
Exactly. You got to start podcasting a ton right now, Jester G, because there's so much wrestling news going on right now.
Oh yeah, it is insane. The amount of stuff that is about to go down, and man, I'm excited for that news, but we'll save that for next week because that's an entire conversation.
Yes. But I'm ready for some Geekend updates.
Geekend update. So guys, I think it's ready because Jamez just summoned it. It's ready. We're here and we're ready for the Geekend update.
Wow, that was a good one.
I know, right?
California Republic Comic-Con, Placerville, California, September 25th. Oh my God, it's gonna be amazing. There's gonna be some incredible panels. Expect a ton of vendors. It's at the Placerville Fairgrounds, so there's gonna be a ton of space, tons of vendors, tons of artists. It's gonna be awesome. There's gonna be cosplay contests. Usually they do like an adult cosplay and then a kids cosplay, and they give out like Funko Pop prizes, toys. They do some cash prizes.
Well, I was going to say, remember that the top winner, whoever wins the overall contest, has a cash prize.
Yeah, but that's okay because like second place gets a really cool prize too. I think over at Metal Arc, people got forever passes for the con.
Yes, and forever passes are awesome, guys. If you are unfamiliar with Colossus Girl and their forever passes, basically you get unlimited access to Colossus Girl cons, and it is awesome. Basically, you can just go to any con you want as long as you have a pass.
Exactly.
Well, Colossus Girl con.
Exactly. And there's 6 of them, between California, Oregon, Idaho, Nevada. There's 6 cons, so it's fun.
Right. Now, we have a good time. Yeah, we have a good time. We hang out with a bunch of celebrities, and not to toot our own horn, but in reality, we're out there schmoozing and hanging out, and we really want to meet more of you guys. So I mean, hang out or come and hang out with us at California Republic Comic Con, and that is on September 25th.
Yeah, exactly. I love meeting people at cons, and then we find something to bond over,
Right.
and create like an experience together. Like we met Cam in Idaho at Gem State Comic Con. We met Nancy Joe in Meadowlark Comic Con, and next thing you know, they're like talking and chatting with us all the time. It's great. Joining us in the stream just like this. So it's awesome. I dig it.
No, they're super fun. Nancy Joe and her cat noises.
Yeah.
They were cracking me up through the whole con, man. Because she was
Exactly.
meow.
Look at that. Look, we were talking about Tyler, and he just appears in the chat.
That's how we summon people. I think. Okay, so it happened with Jester G-Man when I hit the Stone Cold Steve Austin What's. We summoned Tyler just by saying his name. Can we summon Dwayne Johnson that way? We just say The Rock.
Try.
We just say The Rock 1,000 times, or maybe.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Pretty good.
Nothing.
Did he show up?
No.
Oh,
Dwayne.
wait, there he is. He's in the news. So let's get to it.
Well, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I believe.
Wait. Don't forget, September 25th, Placerville, California, California Republic Comic Con. We'll be there. Go to CaliforniaRepublicComicCon.com for all the latest. I just saw they're updating it now, so they pulled down some of the old stuff. They're about to release all the new information very soon.
Super exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that being said, I believe that it is time for the download. Should I just leave that there?
Just leave it there. That's it.
Yeah, just the whole time. Nope. All right, going back. Let's go. Let's do
Okay.
this.
Oh, and Tyler actually mentioned, don't forget, stop by the Distance Nerding booth at California Republic Comic Con. He'll be there handing out stickers. Maybe he'll be giving away some dubby, like samplers,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Super nice of him. Very nice.
Maybe I won't mess up this time, and I'll have everything.
Oh, that's fine. It's special.
It's funny because the when we were in Reno, I forgot the water, right?
Yes.
And then this time around, when we were in Oregon, I forgot the cups. And it's like, come on, man! Like this time, I'm gonna have everything. And I'm gonna forget the W. I'm just gonna be giving free water out.
What did we forget? It was another con. Was it Powerhouse where we forgot the power plug?
Yes, and I had to go run to Target and get a generic power plug, and it worked.
Yeah, that's so great.
One day, I'll have all my shit together, and it'll be fine.
We're super professional. All right, let's get to some news. Make sure to check out the Distance Nerdington post for all the news, all the trailers, all the reactions, all the rumors on Facebook. The Distance Nerdington post group. We're posting all the time between myself, Cam, everybody else posting everything under the sun that's coming out of SDCC. There's a ton of stuff. You ready for all these trailers I'm about to talk about?
Dude, and all of them were amazing, so just get to it.
I'm just going to run through it. So, Dungeons and Dragons trailer, Sandman trailer, House of Dragons trailer, Gotham Knights game trailer, Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation trailer, A League of Their Own on Amazon Prime trailer, Chucky Season 2, Mythic Quest Season 3, Picard Season 3, National Treasure gave us a teaser. I'm super excited for that.
History, right?
Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power.
That trailer blew my mind, dude.
That looked sweet. John Wick 4 just slid in with a trailer, just kind of out of nowhere. We got the I Am Groot trailer.
Right.
Super cute. Shazam, Fury of the Gods. She-Hulk came out with a trailer and a featurette that dropped today, I think.
Yeah, that trailer surprised me.
I
knew it was going to be good, but just the way that they presented that trailer, and then that Matt Murdock tease at the end. Whew,
exactly. We'll get to all that. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn animated series season 3, which is coming to HBO Max. That's super exciting. Black Adam.
If you smell
came out with a trailer, which looked awesome as well. And then, of course, probably what stole San Diego Comic-Con,
Absolutely.
the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer.
It was, dude. That's I
Yes,
Wilhelm
exactly.
screen off the edge watching this trailer. It was so good.
It was all the feels.
Yeah,
All the feels.
Right, and we will be breaking that down later, guys. So
Mhm.
stick around after the news, and we'll be talking that Black Panther trailer.
Exactly. All right. After a cancellation in 2020 and a virtual hybrid in 2021, San Diego Comic-Con 2022 returned to be an in-person event with a vengeance in San Diego. But before we get to that,
Yeah.
I have to start things off with a little bit of a sad note.
Oh man.
R.I.P. Choco Taco. How do you feel about that?
I'm upset. I love Choco Taco, and
Being from Latin descent and
Exactly.
being a sweet tooth guy,
Yes.
how do you feel about R.I.P. Choco Taco?
No, not okay with this. I'm not okay with this at all. This is not something I'm cool with. I am not happy about this.
This really pisses me off to no end.
Okay.
It's a travesty
This is a travesty.
and a mockery. Okay. Klondike announced it was discontinuing the Choco Taco.
So bad.
And a replacement, though, already has come to the rescue. So it's going away. This company called Salt and Straw announced it will be reviving its chocolate tacolet later this year to give hungry people their chocolate taco fix.
So
Chocolate tacolet.
there's Salt and Straw is in downtown Disney. Or there
Is that where they are? Okay.
There is one in downtown Disney.
Oh, I didn't know that. It
Mhm.
sounded familiar, but I didn't look it up.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now
Oh, interesting.
Disney is gonna have Choco Taco. Of course,
Disney's gonna own Choco Taco.
Yeah.
Boom. They own it all. But there's one catch with the chocolate tacolet. It will be available for a single day. October 4th, National Taco Day.
Okay.
So we gotta take a
once
trip.
again, my sentiment on this is
This really pisses me off to no end.
because it's only one day, and it's like, okay, so that means I have to drive all the way to LA to go get my delicious treat. This is crap.
You could do other things in LA. There's plenty of things to do. You can shop. There's a little place called Disneyland. You can go see things and ride rides and
I want my taco.
hug a mouse, You can out Mickey Mouse.
I can just sit there and scream at him the entire time.
Exactly.
No, I'm the mouse.
So, Unilever, the parent company behind Klondike, said the pandemic was a partial reason for the discontinuation, and it's looking to put a focus on the rest of their products. Like, why do you choose that one to eliminate?
Of all things, what is it? You got it's costing too much to make waffle cones.
I know, right?
Come on, man.
So Choco Tacos are going to be discontinued. That doesn't mean they're discontinued right now. So wherever they're sold, I guess you can go try to find Choco Tacos and Choco stock them in your freezer. You know what I mean? Like, go get yourself some Choco Tacos and then sell them on eBay for 10 times the price.
I know, right?
I'm just saying. Throw it out there.
That's how it works.
All right. So, I need to get a Choco Taco. Like, as soon as I heard about this, I'm just like, oh, you know what? A Choco Taco sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to figure this out. Anyway, check this out though. So, so the business move has garnered a lot of attention from important people. The Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian said, what do you say? He said about buying the rights to it. I'd like to buy the rights to Choco Taco and keep it melting away for future generations. So people love Choco Tacos.
Yeah.
Maybe we throw our hat in the ring. Maybe Distance Nerding Choco Tacos.
Yeah, exactly. Distance Nerding presents Choco Taco.
Anyway, so if you're listening to this, like, I appreciate it. your Wi-Fi works, so and your cell data, go listen to us. Go get us some Choco Tacos and report back.
Exactly.
That's what Tyler and I were doing at Target in the Thomas.
You guys were getting Choco Tacos?
Hunting for Choco Tacos. But let's get into some Comic-Con news, all right?
All right.
Let's rev up your engines for some Comic-Con news. During the Mayans Comic-Con panel, it was announced that the biker gang drama series, which it's a spinoff, right, of
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy?
Yeah. So the Mayans were the rival gang of the Sons of Anarchy,
Gotcha.
and
So
then getting their own show.
So they're actually getting a season 5. They just got renewed. So it's coming out like a little bit after season 4 finale. So they said the 5th season of Mayans will premiere 2023. There you go.
Okay.
Into it.
I'll be honest. I haven't watched Mayans. Not for any lack of interest. I just haven't watched it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's keep moving. Coral, where's my Choco Taco? Coral.
Carl.
So The Walking Dead made its return to San Diego Comic-Con, which is they've always been huge at San Diego Comic-Con. There's like 11 episodes left of the main series.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like their last big hurrah altogether. But in a surprise piece, Andrew Lincoln and how do you say your name? Denai Guerrera?
Denai Guerrera, yeah.
Made a surprise appearance at the Hall H panel. So it was Michonne and Rick showed up. So like, oh my God, because technically they haven't been on for like 2 seasons, 2.5 seasons.
I mean, it's because Denai Guerrera has been out being badass. So
yeah, being a Koye, right? She's got that Marvel money now.
Exactly.
So she's been moving on. But what's spinning out of this is like, okay, Walking Dead is ending. They were gonna have a Carol and Daryl show, but Carol, I forgot the actress's name, decided to not be part of the show. So that's getting reworked. Maybe it's just the Daryl show. But they announced that Rick and Michonne are gonna have their own series on AMC Plus.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this because it's like they're just not letting the franchise die.
It's about zombies, bro. They don't die.
They don't die.
That's the whole point of this show, right?
Is the show will never die. It
Never die.
Never die.
I mean, think about it. They have The Walking Dead, which is ending, but then they have Fear the Walking Dead. They have Walking Dead World's End or something like that. They have the potential Carol Daryl show, the Rick and Michonne show.
They got the Rick movie coming out too.
Well, I think it's taking the place of the Rick movies that they're spinning it into, instead of doing like a 2-hour movie. Why don't we spin this into like 6, 8, 10 episodes of Rick and Michonne type thing?
Right.
But then after that, they have another show called Tales of the Walking Dead, which is an anthology show.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, let's just keep going.
I mean, why?
Honestly, the last season or 2 of Walking Dead I've been really into. I kind of dropped off on Fear and I never got into World's End. I never got into that one. But this Tales of the Walking Dead looks kind of interesting because it's all anthology stories. So that'll be pseudo interesting. It even shows, I think it's going to show the origin of Alpha and maybe Beta. By the way, Alpha was, the people that are the Whisperers. You've heard of the Whisperers.
Right.
Alpha's the leader, so they're going to do a whole episode on her origin. But then you got to keep in mind, there's Alpha and then there's Beta. Beta was played by Ryan Durst, right? So that'd be cool if he gets back into The Walking Dead. Anyway, Walking Dead, 11 seasons. It's ending. Final episode is going to premiere on AMC October 2nd.
Okay.
Keep going, right?
I mean, I guess I'm over The Walking Dead at this point.
Yeah. Speaking of spin-offs, how about this? Space. No. Crossovers. The final frontier. So during Come on. Yeah? No? Yeah? Comic Con. So during the Star Trek Strange New Worlds panel, it's announced they will be doing a crossover in season 2 with Star Trek's Lower Decks. So
Interesting. So the animated series, the animated comedy series,
yes,
they're gonna cross over with their current series.
their current drama action series.
I wonder if it's just they're just bringing on characters. You know what I mean? Like this. Oh, here are some characters from Lower Decks, and like some of these Lower Deck characters are gonna show up,
Right.
as live action characters.
So I got a little bit on it. So the Star Trek Lower Deck stars Tawny Newsome and Jack Quaid
Mm-hmm.
crashed the Strange New Worlds panel to make the announcement they will be playing the live action versions of their animated characters,
Okay, so I guessed right.
which is kind of cool, right? And Jack Quaid, he's from The Boys.
Yeah.
So I'm down with that. So the crossover episode and speaking of crossover, the crossover episode is going to be directed by Jonathan Frakes, #1 himself
Okay.
from Star Trek: The Next Generation. That's cool.
Interesting. All right.
Commander Riker, which he's already back in Star Trek Picard, so
Right, but I mean, like the way that they're doing this is they're making this universe one thing, kind of how Star Wars,
Mhm.
the comics, the cartoons, and everything is all in one place. Trek is like, no, we can do that too.
Yeah, I mean they've already screwed with the timeline a ton of times, but all right.
Yeah.
They jumped the shark early on the timeline stuff, but okay, it's all good. Both shows, so Star Trek Lower Decks and Star Trek Strange New Worlds, will warp speed ahead on Paramount Plus.
Shoot, warp speed full.
Exactly. All right, it's Comic-Con.
Warp speed full.
Spunk. Okay. Let's get to some DC news. This is some
All
good
right.
DC news. All right.
Batman.
It's about to be Batman. But first, Green Lantern. So DC Animation hosted a world premiere for Green Lantern Beware My Power. Super excited for that one.
Yeah.
Can't wait. I love, we used to make fun of like the DCEU a lot, but like nobody has ever made fun of the DC animation.
No, ever.
Nobody.
I mean, there's no reason to, because DC animation is always on point. There's
Always
been something that they've done that wasn't good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So they did the premiere of Green Lantern Beware My Power, which is cool. But then they also did some project announcements. So one that they were talking about was Batman and Superman Battle of the Super Sons, which they said is set to come out this fall. So I think they released a trailer, but they didn't say when it was coming out. But now it's coming out this fall. So that's cool. It's right around the corner.
I kind of talked about this a while back, right? So this is probably going to be Superboy fighting or no, this is Superman's son, Superman and Lois's son.
Yeah,
which
John Kent,
which recently had a crap ton of controversy because they revealed that he's either that he's gay or that he's bisexual, and people are freaking out about it.
Yeah.
And then of course I talked about this a while back, but about how they brought Damian back.
Mm-hmm.
And like they use Superman's DNA to bring him back, so like he temporarily has superpowers.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, because in the comics, like he has like Superman like powers, but then they like fade away.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like for short bursts.
Yeah, like it's like literally like permanently fade away. Like he just gets like temporarily imbued with Superman's powers, but then they fade away after a while.
Interesting. Hey, real quick, let's say what's up to our buddies in the chat. Steve Mead.
What up, Steve Mead?
Our resident R2 guy.
Exactly.
We talked about Tyler. Yeah, we do need a distance nerding Choco Taco. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you.
Taco truck.
Oh, yeah, that too. I'll take that. Good idea. That's even better than my idea. That's
right.
Good.
We have a Choco Taco truck, and we make Choco Tacos.
Jester G said The Walking Dead World's End was filmed in his hometown. Dude, you should have been an extra in that.
I know.
You could have been an extra. Walk around and
You could have been a zombie walking around in
You know, right?
in your hometown.
That would have been good. That would have been cool. And then Ark, shout out to Ark and Kyber Cave. Those hats are so dope. Hey, buddy,
These are pretty good hats, man.
let us know what color you want. We'll figure something out.
Yes,
We
sir.
got you. We got you. Because I think you mentioned this on the stream. You need another shirt or 2 or 7 from Kyber Cave because yours is all worn out, right?
Yeah, I my favorite shirt because I wore it so many times, man. Was the Pixel digital one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
Ark
wore
is
that
gonna
shirt out a lot.
he's gonna need another. Hell, okay. So we're in the middle of DC. Sorry, let me just get through this real quick. So we just talked about Batman, Superman, Battle of the Super Sons, which it's not a battle. They also announced that Legion of Superheroes is getting a film, right? Which is
Okay.
interesting because DC Animation, it's going to get a film, so it's going to be a kind of a separate story. But there's also a Legion of Superheroes series that's coming to HBO Max, and I don't know if you've seen Young Justice season 4, but
I have
the Legion is in that, you know, just
Oh,
a
dope.
few characters. So it may be a spin-off of Young Justice. They haven't officially announced it yet. So that'll be interesting. All that they said is it's going to be an adult themed animated series being developed by Brian Michael Bendis, of course.
Ooh, okay. I'm on board with that. With if Brian Michael Bendis is writing it, I'm on board.
There you go. And then they also announced a few more films. So Batman, The Doom That Came to Gotham.
Okay.
Interesting name. Justice Society of America, a movie for that. And then Justice League War World.
Ooh, War World is that'll be dope.
And then this one's kind of interesting. This one's, you know, kind of dipping their toes into something new.
Yeah, I
It's
saw this.
Ruby.
Robbie.
What's that?
Robbie.
Rowby X Justice League, which is interesting. So
It's an anime, man. That's gonna be interesting.
I thought it was Ruby. It's Rowby?
Yeah, I thought it was Robbie.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's Ruby, so I can go Ruby, 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 Soho, X Justice League Opsis.
Oh wait. We have a wait a minute. How do I do that in that voice? All right.
Exactly.
Ruby. Oh, holy crap. Ruby, Soho X Justice League Opsis. Synopsis.
That's why I do it. So Ruby Justice League introduces fans to a manga and superheroes to Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, and Diana Prince of Remnant fighting with Team Ruby. I'm just going to say Ruby. So a new Grim is running rampant across the island of Patch, and Ruby and Yang must team up with a young red and blue clad farm boy to stop it. Meanwhile, Blake meets a mysterious woman who suddenly appeared on Menagerie, but her purpose for being there remains a secret. And why does she act like she hasn't been around modern society?
Maybe because she hasn't.
So it'll be a little like crossover. I kind of dig this. DC's all over the place with their crossovers. I dig it.
They are.
I dig it.
Did you watch
Okay.
and this one's a little old, but did you watch the Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one?
No, I haven't seen that one. Is that on HBO Max?
I think it is now, but that's a good one. There's a really good fight scene between Batman and Shredder.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's dope.
That one sounds fun. Okay, let's keep going. The hierarchy in the DC universe is going to change.
If you smell
The hype for Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam exploded at the Warner Brothers presentation at Comic-Con. Ooh, it was good. Did you watch it?
Yeah. No, him coming in with the lightning bolts and behind him, and that was badass.
I don't know if they did it before the panel or after the panel, but he was in the full Black Adam suit.
Yeah.
So I don't know when they did it, but it apparently it was epic. So again, first time Dwayne The Rock Johnson in Hall H. They showed the trailer. People went crazy. I actually really like the trailer.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, like what you're saying, they raised him up on like some kind of like pedestal, and
They raised him on a pedestal.
they raised him up, and like full Black Adam. They had the huge screen just lighting up with lightning, and I think there was something connected to it also, kind of like the way Disneyland does it, where like I think people had badges.
Mhm.
Like you can get into the Hall H kind of thing for this panel. Here's a badge. Wear your badge. I think the badges lit up when he was doing the lightning thing.
Oh,
Like,
that's dope.
so they were like Wi-Fi'd or something connected to it.
That's so
So
cool.
so cool. So I'm excited for Black Adam, dude. I'm super excited.
Yeah. So am I, man. I cannot wait for this movie.
So go ahead.
I was gonna say, just he fits the part for Black Adam so well.
Yeah.
And like, it's also seeing Dwayne Johnson, as much as he doesn't want to play a villain.
I would say it's more anti-hero. And
They're
if you
going
think about-
anti-hero, but he is a villain. He's
Oh,
at
yeah.
some point he's gonna fight Shazam.
Exactly. But if you think about like how he was in WWE,
Yeah.
he was a villain, but he was also like an anti-hero a lot of the time too, once he got over,
Right.
So, and they just kind of played it back and forth, just kind of like a Stone Cold Steve Austin, kind of a good guy, bad guy, but plays by his own rules. Everybody's going to love him no matter what.
What?
Yeah.
Black Adam will tip the scales in theaters October 21st. It's so close.
If you smell
Okay, ready for this one?
Yes, sir.
Let's keep it going. In you got what I need, and you say he's just a friend. You say he's just a friend.
Oh, baby, you.
In you got what I need news.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I guess we should explain it. So we were at LA Comic-Con.
Yeah, it was at LA Comic-Con.
Shout out to Project Wish Upon a Star. We were at LA Comic-Con. We were helping Project Wish Upon a Star take their superhero around to meet some celebs. Just so happens we all got to hang out with Zachary Levi, Shazam himself. So, we're that cool. We know Shazam.
Yeah, shout outs to just him being the coolest dude ever.
Yep. So a new trailer for DC's Shazam Fury of the Gods dropped at Comic-Con, and I have a Shazam-opsis.
Really that simple? Shazam-opsis! Synopsis!
Hey, there's a lot of news. You just got to pace yourself. So the movie will continue the story of teenage Billy Babson, who upon reciting the magic word Shazam is struck by the living lightning of the gods and transformed into the adult superhero alter ego known as Shazam. He has the power of... What?
Shazam!
He has the power of 6 gods. Wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury.
Which is funny, the courage of Achilles, but Achilles wasn't actually a god.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. So Shazam Fury of the Gods will fly into theaters December 12th. What's important to look at is October 21st, Black Adam. What is that? Month and a half later, Shazam.
Right. Shazam! I mean, Shazam it looks like it's gonna be good, man. That trailer was really fun.
Yeah. It picks up where the last one left off. Just
Right.
a good time.
That's going off of that idea that we think Superman's gonna show up in this.
Right. Do you think, I was just thinking, like, they're so close together in release dates. Do you think Black Adam and Shazam will be connected somehow?
I think at most, post-credit scene in Black Adam is gonna be something having to do with him show up in in modern day and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the post-credit scene in Shazam is going to be essentially Shazam meeting Black Adam, and that'll be the end of it.
Could be. Yeah, it could be a tease.
Right.
I
and
get it.
that'll be the
Okay.
movie.
I get it. I'm into that. All right, let's keep it going. And in Feeding Young Phil After Midnight news, Several new actors have been cast in the HBO animated prequel series Gremlins: Secret of the Mogwai. Pretty cool. Gizmo. It kind of sounds a little Stitchish.
I mean, but Gizmo kind of does sound like that, though.
I know, right? But we're getting this is becoming a huge cast. So keep in mind that Ming-Na Wen's already in it. James Hong, BD Wong, Isaac Wang is going to be in it. I think he plays the kid. They've all been announced, but now they just announced Sandra Oh from like Killing Eve, Grey's Anatomy, Randall Park from like the MCU, and Young Rock is going to be in, and WandaVision. I forgot I was in WandaVision. Randall Park's amazing. George Takei will now be in this. It's going to be awesome. There's a bunch of other people. Bowen Yang, who's from Saturday Night Live. Zach Galligan. I don't know who that is. But yeah, a ton, and like hugely Asian influence, which I kind of dig.
Oh, Zach Galligan played Billy Peltzer from he's from the original movies.
Ah, okay. Oh, really? Interesting. So he's coming back. Wow, that's cool.
That's kind of a trip because it's like, okay, really look at it, right? Look at the cast. You have every major Asian actor right now, say for I'm forgetting his name right now. The dude who plays Shang-Chi.
Simu
Liu.
Yeah.
Like say for Simu Liu, like you've got like everybody, like every famous Asian actor right now is in this show.
I know, right? I'm super into this.
Dude, BD Wong, Isaac Wang, James Hong, Ming-Na Wen,
Sandra Oh,
Randall Park, George Takei, Bowen Yang. Like, come on, man. Like,
yeah. They need Simu Liu and they need Aquafina. Just round it all out.
Aquafina, and then they also need who's the dude from the Daily Show?
Michelle Yeoh. They also need Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh is another good one too. I'm gonna pull up his name right now.
You want me to do the Gremlinopsis in the meantime?
Yeah, we got a Gremlinopsis.
Gremlinopsis.
We got a Gremlinopsis synopsis. By the way, I was thinking of Ronnie Chang.
Ah, there you go. In the series, Gremlins: Secret of the Mogwai travels back to 1920s Shanghai to reveal the story of how 10-year-old Sam Wing, who was like, James Hong, right?
Yeah.
Met the young Mogwai called Gizmo along with a teenage street thief named Elle. Sam and Gizmo take a journey through the Chinese countryside, encountering, sometimes battling, colorful monsters, spirits from Chinese folklore, and on their quest to return Gizmo to his family and uncover a legendary treasure, they are pursued by a power-hungry industrialist and his growing army of evil gremlins. Ooh.
Well, that means that they may be shooting Gizmo in the back with some water.
Yeah. I wonder if there's going to be like a reverse storyline to all that. Like, what, how like you get them wet and all these little things pop up, feed them after midnight, then all the gremlins come out, right? What if they do it in reverse? What if like Gizmo somehow is able to harness all of them and keep them in check versus them getting out, and all this is just so, how they stopped all the gremlins from getting out into the wild back in the 20s. I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, the only downside to that is you would think that Gizmo would have known how to do that, like in at the point where he was in the 80s. You know what I mean?
Good point. Unless he's a jerk, he could be a jerk. We don't really know.
I don't think Gizmo's a jerk. Gizmo's an adorable little dog, like dude, and he's adorable.
He's super cute, but he still could be a jerk. Sometimes, my dog is super cute. Sometimes he pees on the carpet and he's a jerk. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Anyway.
Stop peeing on the carpet, Obi.
All right, keep it going. Goliath, Lexington, Dimona, Hudson, Brooklyn, and Broadway are back.
And I couldn't be more happy about this.
So Dynamite Entertainment has announced that they will be continuing the story of the animated show Disney's Gargoyles in a new comic book series. And
Interesting.
the series is going to pick up right where the original show left off. I love how, this and He-Man and other shows are doing this like continuation of our childhood. I love
Right.
it. I love it.
Now hold on. Didn't they just announce that Gargoyles is getting a new TV show
I
on Disney
think
Plus?
they did. Yes, they did, but I don't think we have a date
Okay.
anywhere
I
close.
wonder where this all kind of meshes in together, because Disney's
Yeah.
lately has been about like continuity.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if these comics are going to be like precursor to the new show.
Yeah, or the lack of a better term, the novelization of it. You know what I mean?
It could be that too, but I mean, at that point, that just spoils the TV show if the comics come out first.
Right. Well, I guess there's been other continuations. So, Wiseman previously wrote an 18-issue Gargoyles comic series for Slave Labor Graphics back in 2006.
Mhm.
Awful name for a company.
Yeah, it is.
Which picked up after events of season 2 of Gargoyles, and then Marvel also had its own 11-issue Gargoyles run.
Which I have
So,
books.
oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have one of those Gargoyles, the Marvel Gargoyles book.
So I guess the Marvel series references events from the show's first season,
Mhm.
but Wiseman, I think, who helped create it, doesn't consider that canon. But
Yeah.
we'll have to see what happens. There's no information on what this Dynamite Entertainment series will do, if they're going to retcon things, or I guess they have the ability to tell a brand new story and cherry pick what they want. So
Right. And I mean, like, Dynamite is a pretty good independent comic like brand. So I mean, they've pumped out some pretty decent comics in the past. So I mean, I don't see it being bad.
sweet. All right. I only have I only have one bit of Star Wars news. It's weird. I didn't think about it. I was always like Marvel at San Diego Comic-Con. Some DC news. I'm like, wow, there's not really any Star Wars news except for this. So we got a new clip and a poster for an upcoming Disney Plus animated series, Lego Star Wars Summer Vacation.
Oh, man. So we have the Disney, or the Christmas special. Now we have a summer vacation special.
Yeah. I mean, hey, these Lego Star Wars shows are pretty funny.
Yeah, no, I'll give them that. The last one was pretty good.
And they make fun of themselves. They make fun of everything. It's funny how they even cross over into the different eras or generations of Star Wars.
Right.
They're pretty funny. So let's, it's more content. Let's see what happens. So the series is set shortly after the events of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. But check out this voice cast. You ready for this?
Yeah.
They're going to have Weird Al Yankovic.
What?
Yeah. He's going to be a character called Vic Vanko.
Okay.
Yvette Nicole Brown, from the Community.
Right.
She'll be in it. Thomas Lennon will be in it.
Tom Lennon is going to be in this?
Super funny.
Oh,
Paul
God.
F. Tompkins, the stand-up comedian.
Yes.
And then, of course, it's Star Wars, so we got to have D. Bradley Baker in.
But he's playing the Fett?
He's playing Boba Fett, right?
Interesting.
And keep in mind, this is after the events of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, so we get to see like the most forward piece of Boba Fett.
Mm-hmm.
That should be kind of interesting. Kind of dig that. It's Star Wars, of course. Anthony Daniels wants to be a part of it, so he'll be in it. Matt Lanter is coming back to be Anakin Skywalker.
Okay,
which is cool. So he played Anakin in the Clone Wars.
Right.
Ross Marquard, who was in The Walking Dead,
right,
and he also is in the Marvel MCU
as Red Skull.
As Red Skull. Now he's going to be Han Solo.
Oh God.
He's actually a really good voice actor. I didn't even
Oh
realize
yeah.
that.
No, he's amazing. The stuff that he's done.
Yeah, it's really cool. We're also getting James Arnold Taylor back as Obi-Wan, which I'm super excited
Oh
for.
God, does that say Kevin Michael Richardson is playing Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah, who is Kevin Michael Richardson?
Um,
Look it up. Look it up real
he's-
quick.
He's Kevin Michael Richardson is in a lot of stuff. I'm trying to think of something that you would know.
Yeah. So we're getting James Arnold Taylor coming back as Obi-Wan, and he played Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars series. So he's had tons of experience playing Obi-Wan, right?
Mhm.
And then from the actual movies, Kelly Marie Tran is going to be back as Rose. So it's like her welcoming back
Okay,
into Star Wars, which
I
is
like
kind of cool. Right? I dig that. And then we're getting Billy D. Williams back as Lando.
way Billy D. Williams has come back as Lando Calrissian. That's going to be funny.
Yeah. So I'm kind of happy about this.
D. Bradley Baker. Let's see.
Kevin Michael Richardson.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Kevin Michael Richardson. Sorry. He played Captain Gantu in Lilo and Stitch. He was Goro in Mortal Kombat. Skipjack in the Transformers movie. He plays Martian Manhunter in Young Justice. He plays the Mauler twins in Invincible.
Oh, he's great. He's great. Okay.
Yeah, you know, like like I said, he's one of those guys where like he plays a lot of characters that you don't realize you know.
Yeah.
You know, he's Dr. Hibbert in The Simpsons.
Gotcha. Okay.
Kevin Michael
right.
Richardson's been around, dude. Like he's been around for a while.
I dig that. That's an awesome cast, right?
He plays Cleveland.
Oh, there you
and-
go.
and the Family Guy, and then
Yeah.
the Cleveland Show.
Okay, that's perfect. You ready for this?
Mhm.
I have a thanks Disney for an actual synopsis. I don't have to make up a synopsis.
Okay, hold on. Let me just. Thanks, Disney, for an actual synopsis. I don't have to make up a synopsis. Synopsis.
Looking for a much needed break from stormtroopers and TIE fighters, Finn arranges a surprise vacation for his friends Rey, Poe, Rose, Chewie, BB-8, R2, and C-3PO aboard the ultra luxurious galactic star cruiser, the Halcyon. Right?
Halcyon.
Halcyon, that's what I said.
Yeah, you said that right. So, the Halcyon.
But I said it like a question. Sorry about that.
Right.
But Finn plans to have one last hurrah together quickly go awry when he's separated from the group. While searching for his friends, he encounters 3 Force ghosts: Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, and Leia Organa, who
Okay.
each share their own unexpected stories of vacations gone wrong, helping him to understand that holidays are about more than just having fun.
This is not going to work for me unless Leia has her vacation story has anything to do with Ewoks. If there's no
I know.
Ewoks in Leia's stories, then this is not going to work for me.
Exactly. It's got to be there. It's got to be there.
The Ewoks there.
Yeah. All right. Lego Star Wars Vacation takes us on a galactic trip August 5th, 2022. So that's like
What else that comes out on August 5th? I don't remember what it was.
2 weeks away?
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh my gosh. So much stuff is coming out. So much stuff. Okay. Are we about to get into Marvel?
Oh man. All right, guys. You need to strap down and be ready for this because there's so much that we're about to go over right now.
Right.
Marvel blew the door open for
I was going to say, like, we didn't know who was coming back for San Diego Comic-Con. Marvel said they were going to come, which is great. But we know Marvel has D23 right around the corner. They have Investors Day at the end of the year. So it was kind of huge to have them at Comic-Con. Am I making you tired?
Yes.
Sorry about that. So for them to blow the roof off San Diego Comic-Con was awesome.
And you know that wasn't even everything, you know, like you know that they're hiding stuff.
Totally.
You know, like, I guarantee you, because one of the big things we didn't get was they didn't announce who the cast of the Fantastic Four. Guarantee you that's at D23.
Yeah, exactly. I think I did a quick count. I think they touched 23 different titles
Right.
that they announced, and that's just all the upcoming stuff, not even the stuff that we know is coming.
Right.
You know, so it was kind of nuts. So let's run through it, and let's do it kind of chronology wise, chronologically, phasology. Let's do phasology.
Phasology. Okay, I like that. Let's go with that.
So let's start with the remaining phase 4, because that's where we are right now. We're in phase 4.
Right.
We're also in a multiverse saga, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So we have the latest show to come is going to be called I Am Groot. Did
Right.
you watch this trailer? Yeah, you watched this trailer.
Yeah, the adorable hijinks that befalls young Groot.
Yeah, exactly. So Vin Diesel, of course, is back to voice Groot. I don't know why they can't just like dub him in now.
Yeah,
It's so
right.
crazy.
Groot.
Just give him a check. He doesn't need to come in studio. But then they also announced that Bradley Cooper will be coming back to voice Rocket Raccoon.
Oh,
Which is
good.
awesome.
You know what? There's a lot. I've heard things where it's not Bradley Cooper as Rocket, and it doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah, it's gonna throw you off. Of course, we got James Gunn back, so he's executive producing the show.
Oh, I didn't realize he was doing that. Okay.
Yeah. So the series, I Am Groot, the series is 5 shorts that will focus on Baby Groot, like everybody's favorite Groot, Baby Groot, as he gets into like hijinks and does crazy things and meets unusual characters. And it's all coming August 10th.
Oh, good.
It's right around the corner. It's so nuts. It's like, oh, here we go. Here's a new show.
I Am Groot. I Am Groot. No, you're gonna hit the button that kills everyone.
That's my favorite part. It's so good. And I think there's actually going to be, I don't know if they're going to call it a season 2 or a continuation, but so they're dropping 5 shorts, but I think there's a rumor that there's going to be another 5 shorts. But we haven't heard when that's coming yet. So we'll see. August 10th, right around the corner.
Yeah.
Speaking of August, we have She-Hulk, Attorney at Law.
Yes. Again, that trailer looked so good, man.
Mm-hmm. So She-Hulk, Attorney at Law follows Jennifer Walters as she navigates the complicated life as a single 30-something-year-old attorney who also happens to be a green 6'7" superpowered Hulk. So she's the cousin, right?
She's his cousin
of
right?
Bruce Banner. It's interesting. I think they're going to change up her origin story, though.
It seems like it, because the thing is that she in the comics she can't change at will, and it seems like they're giving her the ability to change.
Right, and we get a little bit of Bruce Banner in this show. So I think we get Hulk and we get Bruce Banner.
Right.
So remember in like Endgame we saw pseudo Professor Hulk, right? Like the Zen version of Hulk.
Right.
But now we're gonna get a little bit of both Hulks. So it should be interesting.
Yeah,
we
need full on Rage Monster Hulk.
I think it's gonna have something to do with either the Infinity Stones or the gamma radiation. Because remember, I watched Endgame recently, but like they talked about the gamma radiation and how it was like made for them. Honestly, like maybe there's something in her, like a mutation, like when hit with gamma radiation, something comes out.
Right.
So I think they're going to mix up her origin story. But anyway, there's going to be 9 episodes in this series, and it's described as Ally McBeal style legal comedy. And it also stars Tim Roth back as the Abomination.
Right.
Which is cool.
And we saw him like they in the trailer, they show him like kind of transform back to Emil Blonsky. So
exactly.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting, is that they're showing Abomination being able to transform too.
And remember the last time we saw Abomination?
Yeah, he was fighting with Wong.
With Wong. Speaking of Wong, Benedict Wong is going to be in this.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting Wong back too. Like Wong is like the glue of what is this, phase 4?
Yeah.
He's such the glue. He's been in so many different, IPs in this. I dig it.
He's the new
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm super excited for the show, and it's nine episodes. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's actually a lot for a Marvel show.
Mm-hmm. She-Hulk set to premiere August 17th. So we get Groot, we get She-Hulk. It's gonna be awesome.
I am Groot.
Okay, we're going in chronological order. I instinctually would have done this last, but since we're going in chronological order,
Yeah.
it's what's next.
We're
And-
not going to talk too much about this just because we're gonna brush over this one because we're gonna talk about this in depth. So
Yeah, but whew, Hall H went crazy for Black Panther Wakanda Forever panel.
oh yeah,
Ooh.
I went nuts for it too.
Dude, it was so good. I don't know how many times I've watched it. I watched that trailer so many times.
I just watched the breakdown of it like right before the show, and it's like, wow, this is
From like New Rock Stars. Yeah.
yeah.
Shout out to New Rock Stars. That's
Shout
awesome.
out to my to my future friends that I want to be friends with, New Rock Stars.
Exactly.
Shout out to Koi Janjaro because he is awesome.
I actually really like Eric Voss. I think
Eric Voss is dope too, but it's because I've been listening to Koi Janjaro for like years.
yeah,
So.
I really like his breakdowns on YouTube. So anyway, shout out New Rock Stars.
Yeah, Koi is just a hardcore comic nerd, so it's like,
yeah, totally. Okay, back to this. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. The trailer was beautiful. Beautiful. We'll get more into it, but we got Tenoch Huerta as Namor confirmed.
Right.
I think there's going to be some twists and turns with his origin story.
It seems like they're doing like a lot of changes to that origin.
Yeah.
And they're changes that I'm all for.
So you were right. We're going to get this war between Atlantis and Wakanda.
Question is does it become what I said it was in the comics? Is it from Black Panther War, or is it something completely new? Again, we'll get into that when we break down later.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. With Doom and whatnot.
Exactly, because like does this become a introduction of Dr. Doom?
I think it's a little too early for that.
I don't think it is. I think that would be like a cool reveal at the end, introducing Dr. Doom, and then yeah, I think that just would be a kind of a cool drop.
Yeah. Well, maybe you're right, because I did a little like mapping it all out, and like we're getting a Marvel show or movie like every other month.
Right.
And like if you space it out and between the various storylines that are happening, you may be a year between storylines continuing, even though there's a Marvel thing every other month kind of thing. So it's interesting. But okay, let's keep it going. So that is November 11th, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. That's going to be awesome. That one's going to be epic.
My sister's birthday. And
shout out to the sis.
It's also Veterans Day. So
shout out to young sis. That's good.
Young sis. I like it.
All right, next up, Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Right, which they filmed at the same time with the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So
I'm super stoked. We're getting two Guardians, things in the same year.
Yeah.
I kind of dig that.
We're getting two Guardians things this year, before the end of this year.
I know. That's not so. James Gunn
this year.
It's so cool. James Gunn is writing and directing this Disney Plus special. So it's going straight to Disney Plus. It will lead directly into Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which you mentioned. And according to James Gunn, it will introduce one of the greatest MCU characters of all time. So that means we haven't seen them yet.
Right.
We shall see. I wonder, is that Adam Warlock? Is it somebody else?
I mean, we know Adam Warlock is coming. I just watched an interview. I'm forgetting his name, but the kid that plays Adam Warlock, he was talking about like the ridiculous shape he had to get into in order to be Adam Warlock.
Yeah, I saw his arms. I'm just like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the holiday special wasn't listed as part of Phase 5 until the Marvel panel at Comic-Con 2022. However, it comes out after Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which ends Phase 4. So it's kind of interesting how this works out. So it's coming out December 2022,
Right.
right? So that is the end of the year. That is the end of Phase 4, right? And
Right.
then we get into Phase 5, and I guess the multiverse saga is what they're
Right.
calling it.
Well, isn't this whole thing the multiverse saga?
I guess so. It
'Cause-
sounds like 4, 5, 6 is supposed to
Yeah.
be all multiverse saga, but
Right.
they never really announced.
Right, because they broke open the multiverse in
Yeah.
this. But I mean, technically, the Infinity Saga, they didn't call it that until like after Infinity War. So I mean,
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. So, by the way, so that's kind of leading into the Phase 5. So Phase 5 and 6, I guess some of Phase 4, they're calling the multiverse saga. So I mean,
Mhm.
Phase 4 is pretty much all the setup.
Right.
You can call Phase 4 the setup saga because it all sets up the multiverse saga.
Right. It's
So
crazy because they said like Phase 4 has more, like by hour, has more content than like any of the other phases.
yeah, look that up. It's like a huge amount, not like just a little bit, but it's
Yeah.
like 100 hours more than Phase 1 or something like that.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's a ridiculous number.
Yeah, it's nuts. So yeah, Phase 5, Multiverse Saga. Moving forward, the first piece we're getting is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and this one's ramping up.
Yeah. They showed the new costumes, which I was really excited to see Stinger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because it's gonna be
Cassie.
kind of cool. Yeah, Cassie Lang.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be kind of cool to see her suit up and be a part of that team.
Mm-hmm.
But they also apparently showed a first look at Jonathan Majors as Kang Conqueror.
Yeah, he was kind of in the background of the artwork or poster,
Yeah,
but it was like with the face shield kind of thing.
right. Which means they're going full comic, man. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna have the face shield like he does in the comic. And that's
Yeah.
I'm all for that, dude.
There's no reason to not do it because
Right.
it's the multiverse now and variants. Like we've seen one version come and go. Like we're gonna see a ton more. It'll be interesting.
Right. Now there were
So
two other reveals in this whole thing. I'm wondering if they're linked.
we'll see. Let me get through this, and I think I know where you're getting at.
Okay.
All right. Ant-Man and the Wasp, third film in the series, which I never thought Ant-Man would get 3 movies, but okay. Peyton Reed's coming back, Paul Rudd's coming back, Evangeline Lilly, Michelle Pfeiffer, Michael Douglas, they're all coming back. Catherine Newton is going to be the new Cassie Lang,
Okay.
all grown up. And they, of course, they announced this a long time ago, but Jonathan Majors is coming back as Kang, or maybe multiple Kangs, we shall see, in Quantum Mania. But then
they announced that he is Reed Richards' son before, or grandson, great grandson. Yeah, he's Reed Richards' great grandson before they announced who Reed Richards is.
yeah. But they have a Reed Richards. Come on. All right.
He
Kinda.
has I mean, kind of. He hasn't been officially cast for the movie, which makes me nervous. But I mean, I hope they cast him because he was John Krasinski. John Krasinski was a really good Reed Richards.
Yeah.
He was all the Reed Richards that I wanted him to be.
I think they're just holding it back. There's like so much to get to. Why jump really into, phase 6 when we have to get through phase 4 and phase 5? I get it. You can't
Right.
give everything at once. Like, what did they just announce here for Quantumania that they revealed that MODOK?
So MODOK is going to be in this, and Bill Murray is in the movie, which we knew already because we saw that in the rumors. Again, I'm wondering, is Bill Murray playing MODOK?
I don't know. That's interesting. Wow.
Because what if that's a swerve where they're like, Bill Murray's in this movie? Oh yeah, and MODOK's in the movie too. Well, what if Bill Murray is MODOK?
Ooh, look at you with the conspiracy theories.
I think that would be funny, dude. Like, I think Bill Murray as MODOK would be hilarious.
Wow, that's funny. I even heard that they might bring Yellow Jacket back, and
Yeah,
maybe he's MODOK. Like maybe he
Okay.
tried to shrink, get big, shrink again, and got all
He,
disproportioned, and
yeah, he like
now he's
shrinked his
Modoc.
body and grew his head.
Yeah, exactly, right? No, he's just a big baby.
I know.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so fun. So again, Ant-Man's coming back, Kang's coming, and it's coming February 2023. So where are we right now? July, about to be August. August, September, November, December, January, February. We're 6 months away from phase 5.
I know.
That's so crazy. 6 months away from phase 5 and from Kang. That's
Can't
nuts.
wait to see Kang the Conqueror and like
Oh, it's so
full
good.
glory, dude.
I'm so stoked for this. It's so interesting. Like, we used to talk about things so far in advance, and we're like, when is this gonna get here? This is right here.
Yeah.
Before we know it, this is gonna be here. You know, it's nuts. This one I'm looking forward to. Ooh. So what if kind of
Oh,
busted open
skipping
what
your
the
joke?
multiverse? What's that?
You're just gonna skip your joke?
Oh, what's my joke?
The world's greatest grandma. That's Scott Lang for you, those who don't know. And the rest of the ant farm meets their greatest foe yet, Kang.
All right. Okay. Look at you. Now you're reading into things. Okay, God. I got it. I got it.
You wrote the joke and you skipped
All
it.
right.
Come on,
Okay,
that's a
okay.
good one, man.
I'm excited to get to What If. I really like What If.
All right.
Anyway, What If season 2 is coming. So season 1 did What If come out before Loki?
No. Loki
It came
came out
out.
first. Yeah.
Came out first. Okay. So I guess What If season 2 got a trailer at Comic-Con 2022. I haven't seen it yet, so I call bullshit.
No, you know
until
what?
I see it.
I think that's true. And the reason I think it's true is because they cut episodes out of the first season.
Yeah,
And they were putting them in season 2.
I know. I'm just excited to see it. I want to see it. I actually have a couple different clips of what was shown or what they talked about. So there'll be an episode revolving around Hela.
Okay.
Interesting. Captain Carter will meet the Winter Soldier.
Ooh.
Odin will face off against the Mandalorian.
The Mandaron.
Okay, just checking. I'm just checking if you're listening. Just checking. just seeing who's out there and if they're listening and paying attention.
That would be funny, actually, to see Odin
Right?
face the Mandalorian.
It's all Disney. It's all Disney. Anyway, Tony Stark will be on Sakaar with Valkyrie and the Hulk, and it'll include a race in space scene. A race scene.
This is the one that was supposed to be in season 1.
Exactly. What else do we got? There's a footage of Black Widow. I wonder if Scarlett Jo will be the voice of Black Widow.
But she wasn't in the first season though, so I mean,
but that's, remember, it got made when there was all this drama with Black Widow and the release.
it's true.
So I wonder if she's coming back and gonna voice Black Widow, even though they had somebody else play Black Widow in
Right.
season 1. But anyway,
I mean,
Black Widow.
she's
ahead.
going to be involved in I think she said in another Marvel property, just not as Black Widow. So
Yeah,
might be it.
could be, and she's supposed to like executive produce some things. So we shall see. Okay, so there's footage: Black Widow, Captain Carter, and the Hydra Stomper, Steve Rogers, moving through a town that is filled with robots that look like humans from the early 60s era.
Okay. So this is okay. So this is like, future Captain Carter, like post World War II.
I didn't know if that related to like a storyline or something like that, but it sounded very specific. Black Widow, Captain Carter, Hydra Stomper, Steve, just going through a town. I'm like, is that from comics? I'd have to go back and take a look.
I don't think so, just because Hydra Stomper is an original character.
Yeah.
So
We'll see. We also got some characters that they flashed. I guess they showed Gamora, they showed Yondu, a young Peter Parker.
okay.
Interesting that they said young Peter Parker. Korg, Red Guardian, Ego, Shang-Chi, and the Grandmaster who is shown winking at a statue of himself, that makes sense.
That's pretty funny.
But that's kind of cool. We're getting all these different characters in season 2 of What If. Super
Right.
excited for that. And that's coming early 2023. They haven't given like a solid release date yet, but early 2023.
Okay.
Along with Secret Invasion, which is coming early 2023.
Yes. Yes.
This one's ramping up too. I'm super excited. So
again, I mean, now that they're revealing mutants and we're getting like the Fantastic Four and everything like that, like I'm almost, this is guaranteed we're gonna get Super Scroll.
Yeah, we kind of have to.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, though, what sucks about this is like we're not gonna get that one scroll. Is it the Super Scroll that had all the Fantastic Four powers?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're probably not going to get him, but it's mainly because we haven't introduced the characters yet. So.
Exactly. But I always thought he was cool looking. On the comic book level, it always looked interesting,
Right.
Yeah, so Skrulls invading Earth, and the Skrulls are posing as humans and superheroes. I still want to know what's going on with Nick Fury. Like, are Skrulls evil? Are they not? Are some of them evil? What's happening with that whole thing?
I said this a while back that I think what Feige's trying to do is show that an entire race isn't evil. Like how Skrull, they're all evil. Like it might be like a rogue faction kind of thing.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Right. Rather than it being like the entire Skrull empire is trying to take over Earth, that kind of thing. It's like, the Skrull work with us, but then there's a rogue faction of the Skrull that call themselves the Skrull Empire. Like we are the true Skrull kind of thing.
That's good. That's actually a really good point. Yeah. I could totally see that happening.
And remember, Talos's daughter, in the comics, that character is the Queen of the Skrull. So I think that might tie in everything.
Interesting. So Ben Mendelsohn is coming back as Talos. Samuel L. Jackson's back. Colby Smulders is going to be Maria Hill again. But we're also getting Emilia Clarke into the MCU. Oh my goodness. Is my internet going bad or is that yours? Could be mine. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going. And then they also announced that Don Cheadle will be back as Rhodey. Jim Rhodes, War Machine, is coming back for Secret Invasion, which is cool. Let's get him back.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess they showed some footage. It's not going to go out to the rest of the world. Nick Fury, Maria Hill, James Rhodes. It's coming early or spring. They just said spring 2023.
Right.
Which is interesting because, that's a big gap, but they put it before Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is coming May 5th, 2023. So we're probably going to get Secret Invasion like in April.
Right.
Which is interesting. Okay. But next on the list is Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yes.
Dude.
And it's not that far away from the Christmas special.
Exactly. As much as I'm looking forward to Black Panther, I think I may be looking forward to Guardians 3 just as much.
It's funny how Guardians and Black Panther are the franchises that people have gravitated towards the most when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And those were like the ones that they were afraid weren't going to do well.
Right. And they're the biggest hits, Yeah. Guardians got a ride. They took over Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror before we even had Marvel Campus or Avengers Campus. So we're getting the third installment, Guardians, and this is like, I guess, the last chapter of this version of the Guardians that we know.
Right.
So they haven't announced anything after, but besides, this is just the wrap up. I mean, last time we see Star-Lord, maybe. Maybe. So I guess this third installment is going to see Chukwudi Iwuji.
Oh, yes. From
Peacemaker.
From Peacemaker. Yes.
He's going to be playing the High Evolutionary.
No way. He's gonna play the
Yeah.
High Evolutionary. That's gonna be dope.
I haven't seen pictures yet, but I guess he came out to the Hall H panel
Mhm.
in full High Evolutionary gear.
That sounds
So I'll
so.
have to go find that after this. Have to
By
go
the
find
way,
it.
I know one character we're not gonna get back after this is Drax because he said he will not play Drax if James Gunn isn't directing.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's getting older, man. Batista's getting older. He doesn't want to stay in that type of shape. He's like in his 50s.
Is Dave that old?
Yeah. He started wrestling late.
Yeah.
So I think he was in his mid 30s. Yeah, so he's in his like 50s. But yeah. Anyway, Guardians 3, James Gunn said it's going to be much more mature than the previous ones. I don't know what exactly that means as far as the comedy and
Movies.
what boobies, but I guess it's supposed to be like a heart wrencher because they're
Yeah.
going to tell the story of Rocket.
Yeah. I heard about this, and it's if you know the story from the comics, then you know it's gonna be messed up, man.
Mm-hmm. Like we've kind of got origin on everybody else.
Mhm.
So and Rocket's kind of been the mainstay of it all. You know, he didn't get snapped. So he's kind of been the guy. So I wonder what it's going to be like seeing his backstory.
They
Super
said
excited.
that there's an image of Rocket and Groot together, like
A young Rocket and a young Groot.
well, young Rocket, but it's like a full grown Groot.
Oh, got it. Interesting. I dig it. I'm super excited. Guardians of the Galaxy, May 5th, 2023. What is that? 10 months away.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're like so deep into this and it's like only 10 months away.
Right.
Speaking of, like in a year from now, we're going to have Echo. Echo's coming.
Oh yeah, and I mean we've been talking about that. Like, you know, we know Charlie Cox is going to show up. We know Vincent D'Onofrio is going to come back on this.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an interesting story, you know.
Yeah, this is another one that's ramping up and it's going to get only better. Like they announced Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, but like we could easily get Yelena Belova back.
Dude, what if Punisher shows up?
What if Punisher shows up?
Oh,
Dude, everything's street level right there in Echo.
well, they said that Daredevil and Spider-Man are supposed to be the two mainstay street level characters that are going to be in this, which is good because Daredevil and Spider-Man team up regularly in the comics, and that's going to be a cool team up to see the two of them team up together.
Yeah, that's going to be super fun. So again, Echo is coming summer 2023 to Disney Plus. Hooray!
Yay!
Speaking of summer 2023, this is what I'm talking about. Like, we just finished Miss Marvel, right?
Yeah.
We're like, oh my God, what's next? But then they hit us with so many other things, like everything we've talked about. And then the Marvels comes out July 28th, 2023. So pretty much like a month or a year after Miss Marvel. But think about everything we just talked about. All that's coming in between right now and when we see Miss Marvel again in the Marvels.
And we're probably going to see them in Secret Wars too. So I mean, like, you know, or Secret Invasion. I mean, sorry, Secret Wars is a different announcement.
Yeah, you're like in phase 6, buddy. Relax.
Yeah. No. I mean, we're probably going to see evidence or just something with the Marvels through Secret Invasion.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
That would make sense. But yeah, Miss Marvel, like Marvels is coming July 28th. We don't know much about the storyline besides it's going to have Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel. And did they give her a name yet?
They haven't given her a name yet.
I mean, Marvel?
Yeah, I mean, she could be Spectrum. She could be I mean, she's technically also Captain Marvel, so I mean, I'm not sure what they're gonna do as far as Monica Rambeau's name.
Yeah, dude, next summer is gonna be awesome. You ready for this next one?
Yes, I am.
Loki season 2. We're gonna be deep into the multiverse, and then they're gonna hit us back with Loki season 2. Ooh,
Yeah,
gonna be awesome.
I know Cam is probably super excited for this one.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this one. It's gonna be awesome. So, we're getting Tom Hiddleston back, Sophia DiMartino. So we're
Mhm.
getting Lady Loki and Loki back.
Mhm.
Owen Wilson's coming back. Gugu Mbatha Raw will be back. Mobius. You know, Owen Wilson. Is that
Right.
Owen Wilson? Owen Wilson.
Yeah, that's Owen Wilson, and Ravonna Renslayer is
Mhm.
Gugu Mbatha Raw.
I'm really interested because what's gonna happen to this bunch of people? Like, I assume we get Kang in this as well, or
Yeah.
they just haven't announced Jonathan Majors in this, but it's kind of hard to not have Jonathan Majors in this,
They
right?
ended it with Kang, like the whole
Yeah.
series ended with Kang, so it's like, why would you not?
Yeah, exactly. And it's a year away, summer 2023.
Right.
It's right there. And then at that point, we take a complete turn in the
Yes.
MCU, and we're going to talk Blade.
Yes.
So
ready for this.
we've been like street level New York. We've done global espionage with Captain America and the Falcon and Winter Soldier, Black Widow. We've gone cosmic with Guardians of the Galaxy. Now we're going to go like, I guess, supernatural with Blade.
Right.
Right. And so Blade's coming with Mahershala Ali.
And there's one thing that they didn't announce that I know that they already said that they're working on,
Mhm.
that we don't even have on this list, and it makes sense. It would probably be like the month before. So I'm just looking at the timeline, and again, I think they just haven't announced everything because they're waiting to announce some of the stuff. But Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, we don't know anything about that, and they kind of left that off the list. Technically, that would be phase 4, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
And Werewolf by Night would tie into Blade. Again, another thing that's not on the list that they did talk about at Comic-Con, because I just looked through it right now, is that they are going to be or they announced that Midnight Suns is going to be coming out as a live action thing.
Right. I think that's super far down the road.
Right. But I mean, like, if they're doing Midnight Suns, well, they're introducing Blade. We already have Doctor Strange.
We got Moon Knight.
We have Moon Knight. We just need to introduce freaking Johnny Blaze at this point. But Werewolf by Night is also a member of Midnight Suns at one point. So I mean, I think that if they do Midnight Suns, that's a good way to introduce more of those characters.
We shall see. So Blade comes out, and we don't know much about the storyline yet, but November 3rd, 2023.
Right.
So much stuff.
Crazy that this is all like a year away.
It's all a year away. Like, this next one, we just talked Black Panther, and we're gonna see Riri Williams, Ironheart, in Black Panther.
Right.
Fast forward a year, she gets her own show.
Right.
So fall 2023, the Ironheart series is coming to Disney Plus. And of course, they haven't announced anything because we haven't seen Black Panther yet and how she's connected to it.
Exactly. Like, I mean, they showed a scene of her making the heart out of the metal.
Yeah.
And then her, kind of just dapping with Shuri. So I mean, I think what I called a couple of months ago when they announced this, and that Riri's already at MIT, and Shuri is going to go and speak at MIT, and they link up.
Right. I totally agree with you. After I saw her in the trailer, I'm like, oh, that's right. That's right. It's going to be a little connection, and we'll go from there. Yeah.
Right.
Dude, we've talked about so many properties, and we're only like a year into where we are now. Like,
yeah, we go all the way to 2025, man.
Exactly. We're gonna start powering through it. Okay. So also coming at the end of 2023, winter 2023, Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
Yeah. again, I'm wondering where this is gonna go. Is it gonna be her back in the day, or is it something where like she's revitalizing a coven? You know what I mean?
Could be. I think it could be some dealing with based on Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Like maybe,
Could be.
what we saw about the Scarlet Witch, like maybe her hex that's covering Agatha right now disappears somehow, and she
Mhm.
snaps out of her little suburbia lifestyle. She's like, whoa, wait a second, what just happened? So we'll see. I'm not even done with 2023. The last piece in 2023, and I don't know how much this is going to connect, but it's still a Marvel Studios property.
Right.
But X-Men 97 is coming at the end of next year.
Yeah. Again, excited for this. I was a big X-Men head as a kid, um, and just picking up on that story. I think it's a fucking smart move, man.
It's so crazy that we're getting this back, and it could be so I mean, they could find a way to connect this to the MCU.
Right.
This may be how we get the X-Men, and this version again. This is a show that we loved as kids. They're bringing it back, but they're continuing the story versus having to like rehash this. You know,
Right.
so it's going to continue right where the show left off. Professor X, leaves in the Shi'ar spaceship, heading off to hang out with some of that alien tang. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean,
And
in the comics, like that whole thing ties into Secret Invasion.
Mhm.
Because the whole reason that the scroll invade Earth is because the Shi'ar and the God, what was Miss Marvel? She was
Kree.
Kree, right? The Shi'ar and the Kree are at war with each other, and
Mhm.
and they try to go and take over the Scroll home world, and it becomes like a three-way war.
Mhm.
And the Shi'ar, if you guys are unfamiliar with that, that has more to do with X-Men. But I mean, like you have like Scott Summers, his younger brother is like the main emperor of that whole thing, and he's like a super villain, like like
Mhm.
he's a monstrous beast.
And he
I
finds his dad out there.
was gonna say I was gonna bring up the Starjammers, and
Yeah.
his and the Summers dad. He's like a fucking space pirate. So it's like,
Yeah. Exactly.
so I mean, like you have really cool stories with the Shi'ar and things like that. Um, that'll be interesting how they do that, like because X-Men coming into that, and it's like, you guys gonna jump right into the Phoenix Saga, and are you guys gonna fix the Phoenix Saga since they tried it in 2 movies and failed?
Yeah. I mean, is the best version of the Phoenix Saga what we saw in the X-Men series?
Right now, it is.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
right now,
It totally
right
is.
now, the best portrayal, I mean, the internet agrees. The best version of the Phoenix Saga is from the X-Men cartoon.
Totally agree with you. Totally agree. So X-Men 87 is going to pick up late next year. We're going to get, all the normal characters back. Wolverine, Cyclops, Colossus, everybody. And then Bishop, Cable, Forge, Morph's coming back. Nightcrawler, Sunspot, Emma Frost. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for all this because, like, again, some of my favorite characters, like, I love Forge, dude. Forge is one of my, like, he's such a dope ass character, dude.
Mhm.
And it's like he's like, a lot of people, some people don't like Forge, right? But I mean, like, dude, you think about like his mutant power is that he is so in tune with technology in his hands that he can build anything from scratch.
Right.
Right. He's the dude that builds like people prosthetics and stuff. Like he's the dude that built Cable's arm after he got the technovirus. Right. So this crazy ass metal arm that Scott Summers' son has was built by Forge.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, Bishop is a monster. I fucking love that character, dude.
Yeah. I always thought of Forge as like the X-Men's version of Tony Stark. You know, like
Kind of is.
he's that guy. He's the guy that's technological savvy, can always bring stuff out, that sort of thing.
Right. I would say he has an advantage over Tony Stark because Tony Stark is a genius and can like, figure stuff out on the fly and figure things out like crazy.
Yeah.
But Forge, like, he doesn't even have to think about it. It's just like, you know, you say, I want a good gun, and he just builds it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, check this out. So we're finishing off 2023. We're still in phase 5, but probably the biggest gap as it sits right now is like December 2023 to May 2024. So like 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
So after X-Men 97, we're getting Captain America New World Order.
Internet is already buzzing like crazy about this one, and I don't know why. A lot of the people who are complaining are people who, when I read these comments, they obviously do not read the comics.
Yeah.
Or they don't know where the source material is coming from because so many people are pissed off that Falcon is Captain America. And it's not for the reason that you think, and it might be that reason, but I mean, the reasoning that they're giving is because Falcon is such a good character on his own, he doesn't have to be Captain America. Well, he is Captain America. He's been Captain America for like the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not a new thing that Sam Wilson is Captain America.
Very true. Very
You
true.
know?
But I think because it's so ingrained. You know what's interesting about that?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say like, oh, you know, I get it. It's such a change, but like, how many Batmans have we gotten?
Yeah.
And nobody really complains about that.
Yeah, but like I said, like it's you know, and you know, it's like people who are complaining because Captain America's black, you know, or because it's Falcon. But it's like, again, he's been Captain America for 10 years. It's not a new thing for Sam Wilson to be Captain America.
Right.
You know, you had 10 years to complain about the comics. All right, shut your mouth.
Right. There you go. All right. So Captain America, New World Order for life. The 4th movie in the Captain America series, I guess.
Right.
Anthony Mackie's coming back. We're probably gonna get the Winter Soldier back, you know, Sebastian Stan. Don't know anything about it, but all he just said, it's a New World Order. It kind of feels like it's gonna pick up where Falcon and the Winter Soldier is leaving off.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
I just noticed this, and we're gonna get into this in a second, but Thunderbolts comes out after Captain America.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, so we got 2 more titles. We're still in phase 5 and we're still in 2024. So this next one's big, and then we'll get to Thunderbolts. But the next one after Captain America in May, we're getting Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus spring 2024.
Okay, you know what surprises me most about this?
What?
18 episodes.
18 episodes.
18 episodes. This is to date the longest Disney Plus series.
That's like triple the length of Loki.
Yeah, because most of them are only like, you know, 6 to 8 episodes, right?
Right.
18 episodes. So
18
it's like
episodes.
Yeah, so it's like, God, what is the amount of story that you're telling in this?
It's so interesting. Like, are we going to get 15, 16 hours of this? Are we going to get, you know, like 9 hours and they're all half hour long? It's weird how this is.
Yeah.
They announced 18 episodes. And this is a pickup of, from Hawkeye. We get Vincent D'Onofrio back as Kingpin. A pickup from the Netflix series for D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox. So it's really an extension of the whole Netflix Defenders universe, right?
Yeah, but I'm also wondering if what they're doing is doing like a multiverse kind of thing, and where it's like, okay, Netflix is from another universe, right? And they're going to be retelling those stories as if they were in the MCU.
I think so. I agree.
That's the only reason that we get 18 episodes, because they're just basically going to take the essence of what happened in those shows, because they recast. What's funny is, you know, they're bringing back Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio, but they recast Elektra. They just announced that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they're recasting Elektra She's a Mexican actress. I don't remember her name. She's somebody that's she's like a newer actress, but she's
If
from
she was Nicaraguan, you'd remember.
I absolutely would remember her if she was, but I mean, again, and what's interesting on that is they're having a Mexican actress play Electra, and Electra Nachios is Greek, so it's gonna be interesting to see where they go with that story.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be neat. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds with Netflix Defenders universe and being in the MCU now,
Right.
and seeing what happens and how they weave that together. I think that'll be an interesting piece.
Right.
Okay, that's Daredevil, 18 episodes. So that's gonna take a year, right? Jesus,
18 weeks, man.
18 weeks. What is that? 4 months? No way. No way that they're gonna have a show last 4.5 months. No way.
Here's the thing: so where they have it is spring 2024. The next jump is in July.
Yeah,
It might be 4 months of Daredevil, dude.
it may be 4 months of, yeah. I mean, technically. So the last bit of Phase 5 is gonna be the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting one. So I think this is gonna pick up where what did you say last week? Where Elaine, like evil Elaine, is gonna
Elaine
is gonna be taken over, right?
in Cosmo Kramer and Jerry Seinfeld,
Right.
to fight against Captain America. No, she because she's Madam Hydra, right? So we've already seen her kind of like pulling people in. She already recruited U.S. agent. She already has Yelena Belova. Baron Zemo is another one that's an original founding member of the Thunderbolts that could be on this. If you guys are unfamiliar with the Thunderbolts, Thunderbolts are basically Marvel's answer to the Suicide Squad.
Yes, exactly.
They're a bunch of villains that are recruited by Thunderbolt Ross, and they will get commutes from their sentence, from like their sentences if they work for Thunderbolt Ross. So basically, they are a government superhero team, but they're all it's made up of supervillains.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty much Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So that's coming.
The difference being that Thunderbolt Ross doesn't kill them if they get out of line. It's more like
that we know of. That we know.
I mean, he could. You got to remember, Thunderbolt Ross is the Red Hulk in the comics. So I mean, he could rip any of them apart easily.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I mean, I think it's more that they're criminals, but at the same time, like they're like, oh, you'll take this sentence off of us, and you'll drop all the heat off of us, and we can go and be criminals and not be bothered. All right, let's do that.
It's so interesting how they can like tell stories in different pockets of the MCU, and they're so interesting. Like Baron Zemo and U.S. Agent and Yelena Belova, and then they shift and like, hey, look over here, and here's like She-Hulk and Miss Marvel. Like they got our attention over here, and then
Loki and
then they come back and like here's U.S. Agent again and Yelena. We're like, oh shit, forgot about you. This is amazing.
Yeah,
they know how to tell these little stories and keep us going. So Thunderbolts is the end of Phase 5, July 26th, 2024. So pretty much 2 years from now, Phase 5 will wrap.
Right.
Nuts. Okay, we're about to get into Phase 6, still in the multiverse saga. I don't think this is all of Phase 6.
No, I mean, I know between 2023 and 2025, there are 5 reserved dates that don't have announcements. So like I said, I'm pretty sure those are going to get announced either at the investors meeting or at D23. So I mean, what we know of Phase 6 is short right now, but
exactly. So there's just a little bit that we know. So I guess Phase 6, Fantastic Four is coming. They originally had John Watts, who was the director for the Spider-Man movies, going to direct that, but I guess he's not in it anymore.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there.
And I know we don't have rumors, but you know what the rumor is about that, right?
No.
So Krasinski is coming back to play Reed Richards, but he's also going to be directing it.
That actually makes sense.
So that's the rumor right now, is that John Krasinski is going to be directing it, especially
Mhm.
because he's coming off of Quiet Place. He's doing what is it, the
If with Ryan Reynolds.
with Ryan Reynolds. So
Yeah.
like he's getting ready to do these movies. They're saying just because he's so fresh right now and he's like in demand, that it would make sense to have him star and direct in that movie.
Got it.
Especially because
That
he
would make
knows how to star and direct in his own movies.
Yeah. And they Feige also announced that Fantastic Four probably won't be the origin story. It'll probably just pick up somehow and just roll with it. Like if you think about it,
Yeah.
we haven't gotten a Spider-Man origin story.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
I mean, it'll kind of lead into this next one, but like as far as the Tom Holland Spider-Man, he was just Spider-Man, and we just all said, "Okay, cool, let's go."
Yeah. They
Keep
like
it
he was already Spider-Man, you know, like
Yeah.
he kind of looked like Scarlet Spider, to be honest. But I mean,
Yeah.
like it was a lot of that. Like Guardians of the Galaxy didn't have a full-on origin story. I mean, you have the origin of how the team came together, but you don't have like where they came from and how they became what they are. You know, you just kind of have the story of Drax is a fearsome warrior and Gamora is the daughter of Thanos, but it's like you don't know anything about them. Like you really don't see Gamora's backstory until Infinity War.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and we're getting Rocket's backstory now. You know what I mean? So it's like that's that they don't necessarily, as long as they're telling a good story and they place the character correctly, they don't have to tell the origin of the character.
Yeah, they don't. Like Spider-Man, like Tom Holland is probably the most popular Spider-Man that there has been, and he never got an origin story.
Again, if you really think about it, Black Panther didn't really have an origin story.
Yeah,
Full-on
good
origin
point.
story.
Good point. That's a good point. So, speaking of origin story, Spider-Man freshman year is coming to Disney Plus.
Right.
So this is
he gets bit by the spider, or like right after he gets bit by the spider.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So this is going to be an animated series following young Peter Parker through like the first year or so of high school. So it's probably right before where we saw him in Spider-Man.
Right.
What is it? Homecoming.
Freshman year. Yeah, this is his freshman year. I think he was a sophomore in Homecoming, wasn't he?
Yeah, because I remember I was just watching Homecoming, and they were saying like, she's into you, dude. You could be like the one guy that's dating a senior.
Exactly.
You know, so
and he's a senior in the third movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's okay. So I mean, you know, that's like the second movie was Summer Vacation, the third movie was their senior year. So
Exactly.
you know, either he's either a sophomore or he's a junior.
Right. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Spider-Man freshman year is coming.
And I see like in here it's saying that Charlie Cox is going to be playing Matt Murdock. I wonder if, again, you know, without any origin, I wonder, because remember when you first see Matt Murdock in No Way Home, he's kind of just there having a conversation with Happy and Aunt May, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if Matt was already Aunt May's lawyer.
Could be.
And like, you know, like Peter didn't necessarily see him, but we might see an interaction between Matt and Aunt May.
Could be. I was even thinking like, is there a way he got connected through Tony Stark, you know, to Spider-Man? But we'll see. I think they'll keep it more ground level.
Yeah,
so
what'll throw it off is if you have Daredevil and Spider-Man already together, like already meeting each other. And you know, at this point, he's more like, again, he's more Ben Reilly than he is Peter Parker at this point. But like, you know, like he doesn't know who Daredevil is when he meets Daredevil. It would be weird to see Spider-Man interact with Daredevil in something that's supposed to be in the MCU.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
Spider-Man freshman year coming 2024. This next one is going to be interesting because we kind of got a piece of it, but it could be a whole new story. But we're getting Marvel Zombies
right?
on Disney Plus. So we saw Marvel Zombies in like one episode of What If that told a pocket of Marvel Zombies. I guess this is a whole, may not be connected. It could be a whole new thing of Marvel Zombies.
Right.
So,
I mentioned this in one of the chats on in the Distance Nerdings and Post.
mhm.
All I need is a armless Deadpool being carried around or being drug around by a chain like Michonne,
Yeah.
right? Because Deadpool as a zombie is hilarious. If you've ever seen Zombie Pool, he is super funny.
I've read a couple comics with a zombie pool in it.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So yeah, I'm interested in Marvel Zombies coming sometime in 2024. And now we get to the big guns. This is why I think there's going to be so much more in Phase 6 that they just
Right.
haven't announced because, Fantastic Four is big. That's awesome. Spider-Man freshman year, it's animated, which is cool, but still it's not as huge. Marvel Zombies is fun for like the Marvel diehards. It's going to be animated as well. But then after that, we get Avengers Kang Dynasty. So what is it going to be? 7 years since the last Avengers movie,
Yeah.
and then this is going to be the follow up, Avengers Kang Dynasty, May 2025. Tell me about this name, Avengers
The Kang.
Kang Dynasty.
So again, it's interesting on this because Kang the Conqueror, his whole thing is he's a time traveling conqueror. Like he conquers different eras and different times. Again, I mentioned it earlier. He is the great grandson of Reed Richards. And I don't know if they're going to go with that storyline or if they're going to, deviate from that. But as far as the comics goes, he's related to Reed Richards.
Mhm.
I think this whole thing is going to be, them kind of going back and finally doing a full explanation of Kang and what he is. Like this is going to be kind of how Thanos was teased through the entire Infinity Saga, but we don't get Thanos's actual story until Infinity War.
Yeah.
So I think this is what they're going with is the same thing is they're fine like we're gonna have all these teases of Kang and we know about the different multiverse things. We're gonna know like small things about Kang, but the full explanation of Kang the Conqueror is not gonna be until this movie.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see like this being the culmination and them sprinkling in more content. Maybe they're going to announce it at D23 or Investors Days, but I feel like there's going to be so much more. I think Phase 5 is pretty much on lock, but Phase 6, it feels like there's a lot more in between that they just aren't talking about yet.
I mean, we're probably gonna get some X-Men movies. We're probably gonna get for sure we're getting Deadpool because we know Deadpool 3 is in development. So I mean, it's there's a couple of different movies that we're probably gonna get in between, and that we're probably not gonna know about until again investors meeting or D23.
Yeah.
Because they were like they're probably like we can't give them everything at Comic-Con.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting because as it sits right now, they have the Avengers movie, the Kang Dynasty, May 2nd, 2025.
Right.
Nothing in between. And then in November, so what is that, May, 6 months later, Avengers Secret Wars
Right.
comes out. Are we getting back-to-back Avenger movies?
Either that or we're gonna get like a TV show in between somewhere.
Could be. But I thought that was super interesting that, because Infinity War and Endgame were what, like a year apart?
Yeah.
Are we going to get Avengers Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars like a half year apart? That's
yeah. And here's the thing is like, Kang Dynasty, we're probably going to get like a whole, like, here is the multiverse and everything being screwed up and everything that's happened and everything that's all messed up, and then Secret Wars is going to be them taking everything that's in all this multiverse stuff and making it into one continuity.
So nuts. So nuts. So we
Comic
talked about it.
Secret Wars
Avenger.
in the comic. In the
Yeah.
comic.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's gonna go away, and we're just gonna have one continuity. It's gonna be the Disney universe, whatever it is. Everything else is gonna go away. It's just gonna be Disney.
Yeah, I think this is Marvel's way of now, you know, we can introduce the X-Men as something from another universe. You know what I mean? We can introduce all these different characters, even the Fantastic Four. You can introduce the Fantastic Four as characters from a different universe and explain that they're different universes, you know, and it being like you have this whole thing where, you know, this explains why they didn't exist within the main MCU continuity.
Yeah, the
You know?
616.
Exactly. You know, you have all these different timelines happening at the same time. Secret Wars puts everybody in the same universe, and now you can, you know, feasibly have an X-Men Fantastic Four team up or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, Secret Wars was them battling each other. It's all the what if, you know, if somebody battled, but we got the symbiote, the black suit Spider-Man out of Secret Wars, right?
Right. And
Back in the
that
day.
was one of the things that I mentioned in another post was if Spider-Man doesn't get his black suit in Secret Wars, I riot.
Yeah, right. Is this gonna like right the ship of all the Venom Spider-Verse movies?
I think it will, and I think that's also probably why Feige didn't want to do Venom, is because he was probably like, I want to do Secret Wars at some point.
Yeah.
And I want to do this. Did they announce that that Destin Daniel Cretton is directing both of them?
Not both.
Okay.
Not both. So they tapped the Destin Daniel Cretton, the director of Shang-Chi, who's also supposed to do Shang-Chi 2 and some kind of Disney Plus series of Shang-Chi. He'll be directing Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. They did not announce that he's directing Secret Wars.
Right, because what's their names? The dudes who directed
Russos.
The Russos have expressed that the one property that they want to do and that they would come back to Marvel for is Secret Wars.
Yeah.
You know, and they said that before anybody even had a twinkle of Secret Wars in their eye. They were like, if there's one property that Marvel does that we would come back for, if they did a Secret Wars movie, we'd want to come back.
Yeah, they didn't know if they'd ever get to this point of talking about Secret Wars.
Right. And now that, you know, Marvel has announced Secret Wars, it's like, okay, well, does that mean that they're going to bring the Russos back?
Yeah.
I haven't watched The Gray Man yet, but I hear it's amazing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I want to see that too. Yeah. You didn't tell me my light was not on in the background.
I didn't even notice because I've been on the other screen.
So rude.
There go the colors. The colors. The colors.
Okay. So where do we leave off? Secret Wars?
Yeah, so Secret Wars. So moving on to a possible phase 7.
Okay, so that is phase 6 as far as we know it right now. The questions that come out of that is, we just kind of talked about Shang-Chi 2, what's happening with that, and Destin Daniel Cretton, what's he going to be doing? Armor Wars, which they announced a long time ago.
They said this morning that Armor Wars is still on the plate and that it's not going anywhere, and that they didn't talk about it at Comic-Con.
So that may be something that they introduce into phase 6. So yeah,
Right.
totally. Deadpool 3. I mean, will Deadpool be in one of these phases? I don't know.
I'm sure he will, you know, especially because it's in development right now. And they just brought Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick back in. I doubt that they're not gonna have this at some point. Like I even contend that this will be during phase 5 that we're gonna get Deadpool.
Could be. I don't know about Phase 5, but anyway, yeah. So Deadpool, what's going to happen with Deadpool 3? What if season 3 they've announced, but they didn't talk about it all. And then also X-Men 97 has a season 2 plan, but no mention of that during San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, because if it's that good, if they've already greenlit a season 2.
Right. So there's still a ton of properties that we haven't gotten to, that we just don't know.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm pretty sure the stuff that they didn't talk about, including like Armor Wars and all the different things like that, I'm sure they're gonna talk about that at D23.
Right. Right. I mean, there's this that we just talked about. Is there going to be a Miss Marvel season 2, which what I think would do really well for them on Disney Plus. So I don't know. So much to go on. Okay. I think we just finished all of SDCC 2022.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
and that
So
was
much
a
stuff.
lot of stuff, guys. It was
Thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, absolutely. So that being said, normally this would be something that we would jump on spoilers with, but I don't think this is a spoiler thing. This is a trailer that the entire internet has been buzzing over. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we are jumping into the breakdown.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Oh, so much. So Marvel took advantage of its San Diego Comic-Con panel to make some huge announcements with Phase 5 and 6, but really it's Black Panther that stole the show. So during the panel, director Ryan Coogler and the film's cast revealed the first trailer for the highly anticipated sequel and introduces several new characters.
Oh yeah.
In this very emotional chapter of the MCU. Oh my gosh. Do I even have to ask if you liked or disliked it?
I love this trailer, man. Just so many predictions that I made, that I've been predicting since they announced that they were making a second movie. Like before anybody even knew Namor was going to be in this movie. I was saying, what would be a good thing to do is if they did Black Panther War and they introduced Namor and Black Panther fought.
Right.
I want to say even before Chadwick Boseman died, I was saying that Namor should be in this movie.
Yeah, I think you were.
Yeah, so I mean, like so many predictions that I made popped out in this trailer. Now, one prediction that I would have never known that is it makes my heart sing is that they made him Aztec.
Yes,
my people, bro.
You're jumping way ahead.
Oh, I am, but I mean, I'm just so excited about that, dude. Like,
yeah, that is really cool.
Excited that we're getting some representation. I've been complaining about how we have no representation in the MCU for the longest time.
It added so much layering to Namor.
Yeah,
to give him, a history that's kind of grounded in actual history.
Yeah, and I mean, of all characters to race bend in that way, Namor makes so much sense.
Yeah, I dug it. But speaking of that, let's just jump ahead to Namor then. So Tenoch Huerta, right, is playing Namor. Now he may not actually be Atlantean, right?
No, so Namor is half Atlantean, half human.
Right. But I guess there's so we talked about the whole, what is it, Aztec, Mayan?
Yeah. Well, so they're supposed to be Aztec.
Mm-hmm. I want to say mythology. I'm just gonna say mythology.
Mm-hmm.
So where is it? MCU has switched its version of Namor away from the traditional Atlantis, with merchandising confirming he is the ruler of Talocan, an ancient civilization hidden in the depths of the ocean.
Okay.
So this is derived from the Aztec legend of, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it looks a lot like Talocan. Kind of the way that Black Panther is like channeling or the avatar for like this Black Panther god. Like Namor is supposed to be like another avatar for like Taluk or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So I'll have to read more about it, but it's almost like he's donning the powers of this god or deity, just like the way Black Panther is doing it, just the way Moon Knight is doing it. So it's like connecting these different religions, mythologies, beliefs,
Yeah, that's
and bringing it full circle.
yeah, that's interesting. Like the way that they're kind of going about that.
So I don't know if he's going to be like part human. So that would kind of deviate away from him being the first mutant, right? Or a mutant.
Well, he might still be a mutant. You don't know.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
might be
That's true.
that he
That's true.
has like the reason that he can be the Avatar is because he has a mutant power. I mean, the only way we know is if he flies. You know, I mean that's the whole thing about Namor is that because he's a mutant, he can still like he can fly. His mutant
Hey,
power is that he can fly.
if you got wings on your feet, bro, you got to
Exactly.
fly. He's got wings on his feet.
The other thing is that I mean, you know, because they're talking about like you know it being a different city and being Talocan. What's to say it isn't still Atlantis? You know, like that. I guarantee you that they have a story. You know, they'll tell a story and say some call it Atlantis, some call it you know whatever other name they make
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
the city's actual name is Talocan, right?
You knew it as Atlantis. We know it as Talocan. That
Exactly.
kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's a
mean?
good point.
So
That's a good point.
that's the whole thing is that you know like they can talk about how like legends say that Atlantis was this city. Atlantis was a lie, you know, and say that you know the real name of the city is Talocan, you know. So I mean like that's it's an interesting twist
Mhm.
on Namor. You know, again they showed Namora in the trailer, so I mean we've seen Namor, we've seen Namora, who is his cousin, and yeah, man. Like I said, it's gonna be kind of cool to see whether he still has his mutant powers, whether he, you know, if they kind of make him like a full avatar and he only has powers because of, you know, he's been gifted by the rain god.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
so
super excited for Namor.
yeah,
Super excited. And the whole outfit, the whole wardrobe, how they showed off the Atlanteans. I
mhm.
don't care if they look like, you know, the people, the blue people from Avatar, you know, like
Yeah, I noticed that.
cares?
That was weird.
Who cares? I don't care. I don't care about that. They look amazing. I dig both, you know. But you know what I loved about this trailer is it answered so many questions, but
Yeah,
still gave us so many more questions.
it, so they went through and going back to the top of the list that we have here, right? Um, this I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna say this. So it's confirmed that T'Challa died off
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah.
I have said multiple times that I didn't want T'Challa to die off screen, and I get you have to because he died, right? I have been pretty vocal about Chadwick Boseman was a thespian, that Chadwick Boseman was an actor. He was an amazing actor. Being an actor and knowing the importance of the character, I believe that Chadwick Boseman would have wanted that character to be recast
And keep the stories of
to keep the
T'Challa.
legacy because of the importance of T'Challa. T'Challa
Yeah.
is, you know, I'm sure if you've ever like listened to his interviews and listened to the way that Chadwick Boseman kind of talked about himself, the character is more important than him playing the character.
Right.
Right. So them killing off T'Challa with so much more story to tell with T'Challa, I felt was not the best move. But one of my predictions, since I've made so many good predictions about this, we are in a multiverse saga, multiverse like phase of Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
What's to say that they don't recast T'Challa, but he's just T'Challa from another universe?
Yeah. And a different actor. That kind of
Right.
thing.
Or again, the rumor has been that in another universe, T'Challa was the Golden Panther, and
Michael B. Jordan.
and Michael B. Jordan is T'Challa.
Could be.
That's a way to bring Michael B. Jordan back into the fold, as much as people want to see Michael B. Jordan back as that character.
Yeah. Killmonger, but he wouldn't be Killmonger then.
Right.
But yeah, I totally agree. But the emotion, like there's so many like high emotions
Yeah.
during this trailer, you know, like
Oh, dude, when Ramonda starts crying, dude.
when she's like, my whole family, my entire family. Oh my god. Like
Get
it's
it from me. Like, dude, that was heart-wrenching, man.
pulling
Like,
at my heartstrings. Them sitting on the beach, like contemplating and reflecting on things
right.
with some kind of Aztec or Mayan temple in the background, by the way. It's heart-wrenching, you know, seeing the Wakandan throne room flooded and on fire at the same time. You
Right.
know, it's and by the way, it's on top of a hill or it's on top of a mountain. What is happening
Oh,
to get flooded?
It's
But,
the Atlanteans for sure. You know, I
yeah.
mean, that's one of Namor's powers, is that he can control the waters. So I mean, like he can cause a flood.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole thing is like, you know, again, the only way you make this work is you have to have almost like the arrogance and the quick temper that Namor has, and I think Tenoch Huerta can do that.
Yeah. Even
you-
the
I mean-
couple clips where they showed his face,
Yeah,
he's pulling it off.
yeah, because that's the whole thing about Namor, is he's got a fiery temper. He gets
Yeah.
angry really easily, and he's also super arrogant. So I mean, like, you know, like you can see that, you know, you can see him being like he's the king of Atlantis, and he feels that. I mean, in the comics, he feels that T'Challa is his rival. There's actually a point. It's actually before war, but there's a point where Namor he attacks Wakanda specifically because Wakanda had bragged about never being invaded by a foreign country.
Interesting.
So Namor invades Wakanda because he wants to be the one that says, well, I've invaded Wakanda.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mhm.
I think this is, you know, we've talked about Wakanda and, you know, vibranium and whatnot. I think this is going to circle back to vibranium. And, you know, maybe Atlantis is technically advanced in a different way thanks to vibranium. Maybe they don't think the Wakandans should hold all the vibranium, that sort of thing. Or this could turn into like something about vibranium being smuggled, and that's what caused Namor's parents to be killed. You know how he was a little kid and he's seen that like explosion, like a house on fire
Yeah.
when he's, you know, coming out of the water. It could be that. It could be like vibranium war killed my parents, so now since Wakandans have vibranium, I'm gonna go after the Wakandans,
Right.
that sort of thing. So I think it's gonna be super interesting. Again, so many questions.
Right.
Did you see that one scene of Namor like descending on the throne
Yes.
and he's got the headdress? The throne is made of like a megalodon jaw. Oh,
It's cool because they found a way to completely separate him from Aquaman.
oh yeah,
'Cause
totally.
we've already had Aquaman, right? We've already had, you know, a Hawaiian superhero. We've already had a Islander superhero, and kind of, you know, the way that they've done Atlantis with that with him, right? This is a completely different, like, just the take is visibly and like, you know, just completely different from Aquaman.
Yeah.
Which sets it apart, and that's kind of what you want, because, you know, a lot of people have always like looked at Namor and Aquaman and be like, well, they have very similar powers. You know, the only difference between them is that Namor can fly, and Namor is also a lot more angry and arrogant. But it's like,
Yeah.
you know, like Namor
And Namor can control water. He doesn't have.
Yeah.
Aquaman
Like-
doesn't have hydrokinesis.
Yeah, like in New 52 he does.
Does he? I thought it was
He-
Hera.
He has hydrokinesis, but it's like very limited. It's not like
Oh.
where he can control the oceans.
He can turn a faucet on. That's about it.
He can make weapons out of water.
Ah,
There's
gotcha.
a point in one of the comics where they went off of the DCAU version where he got his hand cut off. And in the
And he's got
comics,
the hook or the
well, instead of giving him a hook like they did in DCAU, he has this like gauntlet that basically he can use water kinesis to create a hand.
Mm,
Right. So he basically has like it's like a solid hand, it looks like a glove, but it's made out of pure water.
interesting. Okay, back to Black Panther. Throne on fire. Also a megalodon throne. So many thrones. This is a movie of thrones, a Game of Thrones.
It's a Game of Thrones.
We also so on a lighter note, we got the first shot of Riri Williams,
Yes.
and you were right, meeting Shiri, shaking hands, dapping, whatever.
Mhm.
Like obviously it's that connection where like maybe Riri is a super genius and gonna build her own suit of armor, but she's probably gonna have some Wakandan tech vibranium involved
Right.
in this. So, she's got a step ahead.
Yeah. I mean, she definitely I guarantee you like she's probably already built the armor. And Shuri is like super impressed, and Shuri helps her like she helps her advance it, make it better.
Yep. I agree. I think the Atlanteans are going to be like this, pretty much like at the same level of like the Dora Milaje. Like it's going to be like a 1-for-1 thing. We have Black Panther, we have Namor, we have Dora Milaje, we have the Atlantean warriors or whatever they're going to be called.
What's going to be a dope ass fight is we're probably going to see God, I'm forgetting her name right now. Okoye. We're probably going to see Okoye and Namora fight.
Yeah, that's true. And isn't Namora? Isn't there like supposed to be like a defector from the I'd have to go find it. I don't have it written down.
Mhm.
But there was somebody in like almost like Dora Milaje armor, but instead of red, it was like blue. I'd have to go back and take a look. I'll have to send it to you, but
Yeah.
I'm super interested in this movie. I'm super excited for it. This is probably the best trailer I've seen in a long time. Had action, had story, had questions, had emotion. Such a ride. And then
Right. I guarantee you, it doesn't give us anything.
doesn't give us anything. At the very end, it gave us something, and it made me ask so many more questions.
Yeah.
It showed us Black Panther in like some kind of gold outfit, but it doesn't show who the Black Panther is.
Right.
But in a Black Panther movie, we're getting the Black Panther. So
I know, right?
I
A
guess so.
couple rumors that are out there about that, right? So I mean, there is the rumor about Michael B. Jordan coming back because a lot of people are making the similarities of the armor that we see and Michael B. Jordan's armor when he was the Golden Panther. The other one is a lot of people are talking about the femininity of the body. So
See, I didn't think it looked that feminine. I'm not saying it's not, but I don't think it looked very feminine. Like it looked muscular still.
a lot of people have been saying that it looked very feminine. So I mean, if it is a feminine body, then I mean it could be Shuri. Again, Shuri is Black Panther in the comics.
Yeah.
It could also be M'Baku. That would be a weird thing to do, but I mean M'Baku technically is the man ape. But he could with the alliances that he made with T'Challa before T'Challa dies, M'Baku could be taking the right,
Now that body did not look like M'Baku.
Yeah, M'Baku,
to be honest.
but I mean, like these are the rumors that people are
Right. I totally get it.
They did say that they did not recast T'Challa, so it's not going to be T'Challa. So it's really just a matter of seeing who it's going to be. Another rumor is that it could be Nakia.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, that for me is like, okay, that's a little bit weird of a thing. I'm still pulling for Nakia to become Malice at some point. So I mean, like, she is Nakia is a villain in the Black Panther universe. And she is again a character named Malice. And I want to see Nakia become Malice at some point.
Yeah,
But
but like the way they've set up Nakia,
Mhm.
that's Lupita, right? Lupita.
Nyong'o, yeah.
That's not who her character is. Like her essence of her character. Like she's there to help her people.
But the thing is,
Right.
the whole idea with Malice is that there's a full on descent that because she once was, like a good person. She once was like Black Panther's best friend.
Yeah.
And Nakia, like kind of how Nakia is in the movies. And there's a series of events that causes Nakia to kind of just descent into darkness, and
Mhm.
she just embraces hatred and becomes Malice.
It's sort of like a Hawkeye becomes Ronin type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. There's just like a lot of tragedy that happens to her, and it causes her to go down a path and become Malice.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that. But like in Black Panther, the first movie, she had on a green outfit. In the beginning of this, trailer, when they're playing No Woman No Cry, she's on the beach. She's got a green outfit on,
Mhm.
right? At the end, when they show the Black Panther, he's got the gold outfit that Killmonger wore.
Right. And that's kind of like where a lot of people are pointing that, okay, well, what if it's Michael B. Jordan and he's just been quiet?
Yeah. Yeah. What if Shuri went into the afterlife and brought him back somehow?
Right. That's where a lot of people are saying, like, what if it's something along the lines of they bring him back from the afterlife? Again, that would also tie into when I've been talking about Doctor Doom coming back. If they do Black Panther War, the whole point of this whole thing is that this war happens because Doctor Doom is orchestrating it.
Yeah.
So if this whole thing is you find out that Doctor Doom is making his way into the necropolis, and Shuri makes her way into the necropolis and convinces um and convinces Michael B. Jordan's character, Eric Killmonger, to come back. And he might be the defender at that point.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting story to see how they play it off. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna throw it out there. This is like just based on absolutely nothing besides me just thinking about it right now. What if like Wakanda is mourning, they don't have their king, they don't have their Black Panther, now they're being attacked by the Atlanteans and they need some kind of savior, and they don't have T'Challa, they don't have anybody, but all of a sudden this Black Panther shows up. What if this Black Panther isn't another T'Challa, isn't Killmonger, isn't Shuri, isn't Nakia, but it's a version of Vision?
I don't think that.
You know what I mean? Like they took what
Yeah, I
Tony
don't
was
think they
doing
would
with
do that.
Vision and they put it in a Black Panther, suit. Boom.
Yeah,
Like
I don't think they would do that.
I'm just throwing it out there. I've never heard that rumor.
That's out of the box. That's very out of the box.
I'm just throwing it out there. And then, Namor just tears it apart. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm just
I'd
throwing
be
that.
like the Swerve, right? Like the Swerve is like, oh, Black Panther. You see him in the trailer, and it's like, in the movie, it's like, no, it's Namor just rips that thing apart.
Exactly. Which will be a cool thing to see. So somebody has to take up the mantle as Black Panther, but maybe Wakandans lose at first. That sort of thing.
Right.
I don't know. Dude, I'm super excited. So let's rate this. I mean, because this comes out in November.
Right.
Let's rate this. What are you gonna rate this trailer? Your excitement for Black Panther Wakanda Forever?
Oh, the trailer by itself. I am gonna rate this 10 ceremonial Atlantean feathers out of 10 vibranium claws.
Dude, I know. Yeah, 10 for 10.
Yeah.
10 for 10. I'm gonna give this 10 in boom bass to like 10 cool looking blue Atlanteans walking around without shirts on. You know.
Keep on bet.
Yeah, right. Dude, I'm super excited. I can't wait. I can't believe it's so close, but like I'm chomping at the bit for this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, besides maybe Endgame, I don't know if I'm more excited for any other MCU film like this.
Deadpool 3.
Deadpool 3. You're like Guardians Holiday Special.
Yeah, like Deadpool 3. Deadpool raids the MCU.
Yeah. Dude, I'm super stoked for this. I hope they just keep dripping us little bits of information because
yeah.
I'm eating it all up. I'm eating
Yeah.
it all up. I love it.
And like I said, I mean, D23, what D23 is in September?
Yes.
So D23 is going to be closer to the beginning of the year. I mean, like, what if we get a Quantum Mania trailer?
Yep. That's
You know,
it.
like, what if we get, just more stuff? What if Deadpool 3 is happening in 2023 and they drop a Deadpool 3 trailer?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens at D23.
Yeah.
It's right around the corner. Because if you think about it, we're getting Groot early August, and I think it's 5 episodes it's all going to drop at the same time.
Right.
August like 17th, middle of August, She-Hulk, and that's 9 episodes. So that takes us like into October, and then nothing until Black Panther in November.
Right.
So D23 could be a perfect position to drop a ton of new stuff, build up for Black Panther, more trailers from like Quantumania. Maybe they released that Guardians of the Galaxy trailer from SDCC
Right.
during D23.
Right.
That would be funny.
Right.
So yeah, dude,
I'm excited for this stuff, man. I mean, Marvel killed it, man. They got everybody excited and everybody ready for everything, man.
They owned it. I was looking around. I was like, what else came out of San Diego Comic-Con? And it was like The Rock stood on a pedestal. That's kind of it.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of like small things, like
Everything's small compared to what MCU did.
Yeah.
Everything is small.
Marvel, even the stuff in Hall H, just like, like nobody in Hall H had a bigger presentation than Marvel did.
Nobody did. You're right. You're totally right, dude. Good time to be a nerd.
Oh, it's a very good time to be a nerd, man.
You know what else it's a good time for?
What else is a good time for?
It's a good time to get a new hat because we got merch, people.
We got merch, people.
The hats are here. You're wearing a hat. I'm wearing a hat. I got a gray one. You got a black one. We're trying to help everybody here. Whether you're in Wakandan black and Atlantean gray. I don't know how it goes.
Okay.
Maybe we rename it. Ooh,
Yeah, I kind of like Galaxy Gray though.
I know it's a cool name. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We got hats. I think
we got merch.
We're pretty much like halfway through the stock. So if you're looking for a hat still, now's the time to jump on it now. And all you got to do is DM us. So if you want a hat, let us know what color. They're $35. If you want both hats or maybe 2 of one color and 1 of the other, they're $30 each. So we knock off $5 off the price. We'll get it to you. Just DM us and let us know what you're looking for.
Right.
We'll see if we have it. Same thing with shirts. We're working on some more stock of shirts, but we still have some shirts. They're $20 if you're local here in Sacramento, $25 if we got to ship it to you.
Right.
So just, again, DM us your size or DM us if you want a hat and let us know what color, and we'll get you your merch. It's all good. What do we got? Cash App, Venmo,
PayPal,
food
all
stamps,
that kind of stuff. Yeah, food stamps for sure.
Choco Tacos.
I will accept a trade for a box of Choco Tacos.
I'll tell you right now, if you show up to Philippe's house, and I can give you his address, if you show up to his house with like a case of Dunkaroos, you might get yourself 2 hats, maybe 3 hats.
If you show up to my house, though, just be ready to maybe lose an arm to a machete. Just throwing that out there.
They have a case of Dunkaroos for you, sir.
But it'll be reactionary. You're like showing up to my house unannounced. You might get chopped with a machete.
Nothing says peace offering like a case of Dunkaroos.
Problem
All
is,
right.
I won't know the Dunkaroos are there until after the arm is gone. So
Well, hey, we've all seen Star Wars, so
might have
it
to
happens.
sew it back on together.
Exactly. So just DM us on Instagram, preferably. Let us know what you're looking for. We'll get it to you. We'll figure it out.
Exactly. Now, guys, what do we do aside from these Wednesday shows at 7 o'clock? What do we do on Mondays, James?
We build Legos and we talk to amazing people like Bethany Deal and her husband, and we can talk forever with these people. We have guests on the shows while we're building Legos. We're doing interviews. We're doing movie brackets and discussing all things nerdy. No matter, whenever like say Jackie's on,
Yeah,
she takes nerding to a whole new place, and what she nerds out on, it's awesome. So we're kind of an open book when it comes to the Mondays shows. We're going to talk about anything you want to talk about: Marvel, Star Wars, San Francisco history, wrestling, whatever. We'll talk about it.
it's a trip because we will just nerd out on whatever comes across the board, right?
Yeah.
Now, speaking of nerding, guys, this is what I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna finalize which build that we're doing this Monday.
All right. Okay. All right. All right. Okay.
Take a look right here, and it looks like it's gonna be Optimus Prime.
I didn't vote for Optimus Prime.
Yeah, but Optimus Prime got 10 votes.
I wasn't one of those votes.
The Batwing got 7, and the question box got 5.
I think I voted for the Batwing.
Yeah, so Optimus Prime got 10 votes. So it looks like we're going to be building Optimus Prime, which is it's so cool because it is a real working Transformer.
Dude, if they had a Predator Lego, I would say you need to go find that Predator Lego.
That would make way more sense. But guys, yeah, the reason James says that is because we are going to have Brian A. Prince on this Monday. Is the man who played the Predator in the movies.
The 2018 Predator, it was amazing.
He's also been in Black Panther. He was in Civil War. Now, a cool thing, I'm super excited about this, and there's reasons why I'm more excited about this than any other interview that we've done. He messaged me the other day and said he might be giving us some spoilers.
I'm so excited.
He might be telling us about some projects that he may be working on pretty soon. And I told him, as long as it's not anything that's going to break an NDA, he goes, nope. He goes, whatever I tell you is something that's in confidence that I don't mind sharing. So he was saying he's got some stuff that he may announce with us for the first time.
That is amazing. Plus, just a bonus, he's the coolest dude ever. He's so just chill, and we can just talk to him like it's nothing.
Yeah.
So he's super cool. I dig him a lot. I love his vibe. He gives off such a relaxed vibe.
Yeah. There's cool. One story I want to ask him to tell, as long as it's not something that'll get him in trouble.
Okay. All right. We'll see what happens.
About that one con.
Yeah.
I really want him to tell that story because that story was funny as hell.
Yeah. And by the way, we met him at Metal Art Comic-Con. We did an interview with him. So if you're up in Oregon and you were at Metal Art Comic-Con, come back. Have questions for Brian. He's an amazing guy, and he actually stayed past the time allotted for the panel just to answer questions.
Yeah.
With people at Metal Art Comic-Con. So super cool guy. Super cool guy. I dig it. I can't wait that he's going to be on. That's awesome. So what do we get to? Build Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. Brian A. Prince. By the way, that's Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys on the East Coast and stuff like that, stay up late. It'll be fun.
Exactly. You will not regret not hanging out with us, or you will regret not hanging out with us, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. Okay.
All right. Well, that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on, and make sure to let us know in our Facebook group, The Distance Nerdington Post, what I was just talking about right now.
There you go. And if you want, buy us a taco, whether it's a carne asada taco, a carnitas taco, a birria taco, a choco taco, chocolate taco.
Chocolate chocolate.
Yeah, I'll take it all. I'll take it. I'll put a lumpia in a taco. I'll eat that. I don't care. That's how I roll. Join the taco party. Go to distancenerding.com or go to Distance Nerding on Instagram. Click the link, buy us a taco, give back to the show. So you can give back to the show by buying a hat, buying a merch, or you can just like, here's some money to help, fund more stickers, go to the next con. That's all we're doing is taking the money that people are giving to us, like Julie. She's amazing.
Oh yeah.
She gives us money practically every month. She's so awesome. All we do is funnel it back into the show, pay for equipment, buy stickers, get us to the next con, that sort of thing. So
exactly.
Awesome.
You buy us tacos, so in turn we can buy stuff for you.
Exactly. And buy Legos and in turn give away Legos.
Exactly.
So it's all circular. It's all secular. Anyway, buy us a taco, distancenerding.com or Instagram at Distance Nerding. Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. What else? Did I say everything?
GeoCities, MySpace, OnlyFans.
GeoCities, Atlantis cities, Wakandan cities. Everything's at Distance Nerding.
There you go. Thanks. And keep nerding together. Brother, it is time. It is time for the dance party.
I don't know what I'm gonna dance with. I got a vitamin water. Oh hey, look at that.
Distance Nerding.
We got stickers, people. If you want stickers, just DM us as well.
Go home. See, you guys are all hanging out here, checking out these two nerds. But it's time to go home. I lost my mouse. Okay, there it is. See you guys next week.